left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
in the building. Big Blunts and Boxing. What's good with it? Salute to you, brother. Good morning, everyone that's in the chat. Hey, man, I'm just getting in. when it got dang, visit my lady. Hung out with some friends. Got a little fucked up. Had some good breakfast this morning. You feel me? And everything was everything. Salute to the hottest chat in the game on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. What did we witness yesterday? Look, we wanted a challenge, y'all. That's all we wanted. We wanted a challenge. We couldn't even get a challenge. It wasn't even close, dog. It wasn't even close. Nigga, it wasn't even close. Carlos Rosado, that fish is tasting oh so good this morning. Yes, sir. On deck, the fish has been fried. I repeat, the fish has been fried. Over. I repeat, the fish has been fried. You know what I'm saying? Man, the fish has been cooked, fried, consumed, prepped again, fried, eaten. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ate fish damn near all week, man. It was a good ass diet too. I switched it up yesterday though. Had some goddamn shrimp with that shit too. Shit, having boiled fish and grits this morning. Damn, I'm watching it again. Round 7 was crazy. It was, man. It was a beatdown. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a beatdown, bro. I'm not really gonna start getting hot to Monday because I gotta give them aerosexuals time to get back on the bird from the bird. You know what I'm saying? How good it must have felt for them to watch that beat down in person. They wanted to be a part of history, right? We made them a part of history. Hey, they wanted to be a part of history, right? Look, all them aerosexuals going live over there. We in Vegas. Yeah, we in Vegas. I gotta go get me some peanut butter and jelly because I don't have no money. Goddamn, over here, everything's so high. I gotta go there and fill my bottle of water up from the sink. And the price is just too high up here. Goddamn, especially if I lost all that money. I lost all that money betting on Spence. God damn. Man, I bet them aerosexuals hurting, boys. Stick them boys and fishing and sports, man. Salute WCS and the new. You better know it. You better know it, man. You know what I'm saying? You better know it, shawty. Come on now. The XO Factory in the building. OGWCS, what's good, big bro? We got to start talking about where Bud ranks amongst the all-time greats, big bro. I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. But I gotta talk about where he ranks as far as in a bout of this magnitude and his performance value. To see a guy be criticized so much for not having a skill set nor the opponents, this has to be the worst. I mean, when have you seen a guy go in there and you have people believing that Spence is the guy all because he had more belts? This should change boxing. This should change boxing forever. Y'all just can't go in there and say, well, so and so has the most belts, so he's the one that's gonna come out victorious, or so and so's been in the division longer, he's gonna come out victorious. Crawford wasn't in the division as long as Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? They were saying who resume is better. Well, once again, you probably have been educated more than you thought you wanted to be over the last 48 hours. You probably didn't want this education, but you getting this education because none of y'all gonna have the integrity, the honesty to go up here and publicly apologize for denigrating this man in the media. And none of y'all, because a lot of y'all was just doing that shit on purpose, man. Y'all just saying what he can't do. He didn't make this happen. I want to hear from the business side of the house. I want to hear from the managers. Yeah, I want to hear from the managers of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear from the roll the tape crew. And it ain't no disrespect. I just want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from the roll the tape crew. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear what business comes into play and how it affected the outcome of this slaughter. This was an absolute slaughter. Slaughter with a lisp. Slaughter. This was a slaughter, y'all. Terrence Crawford is an all-time great. Yes, he is, man. Yes, he did. Yes, he is. Talk to him, all-time great. No disputing that. Canelo ain't did what Crawford did. Floyd ain't did what Crawford did. Come on, should I keep going down the line of the ones they say that's the great? They haven't did what this man has done in the fashion for which he did it. Don Vaughn, salute WCS in the chat. 2-time. You better know it, man. You better know it. It's 2-time over here. It's 2-time. Ray Sanders, what's good, WCS in the chat? How y'all like that fried fish last night? It was delicious, man. I just got in, man. I ain't gonna lie. I just got in. That's why I was a little late. I said, man, I gotta get back. I can't leave the chat hanging. She said, baby, you gonna be here tomorrow? I said, yeah, probably so, but I got business to handle, baby. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for looking out for me. It was good that I was able to teach you a little bit more about boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because you women just don't get close to it unless you act the fight. Well, I asked you to go to the no, baby, we ain't known each other that long now. Come on now. I don't want come on, we're not doing that now. You gotta take one step at a time. I wish I would have been at the fight. You said you was gonna take you were at the fight. That was Jay Lucky. What's good? Salute W says Buzz stop. Errol in the 9th, like I said he would. Total mismatch and destruction. I mean, it's good for the ones who predicted the round, but it looked like he was gonna stop him in the 6th too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it looked like he was gonna stop him in the 7th. You know, hey, Bud, he took off round 8, man. He took off round 8 and still beat his ass. And still beat his ass in the round. He took the round off and still beat Spence's ass in the round. Shout out WCS from Detroit. I'm full of fish and shark. Yes, those of you who are consuming fish last night and today, I ask that you enjoy yourself. And you really don't have to put on any type of protective layer on your shirt. This is what you call a wide open open class. You know what I'm saying? Fish fry. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can't go out here thinking you're not going to get some grease on your clothes. Wear the appropriate clothes, pull some old shit out. You should have. And goddamn have at it, bro. You get grease on your hand, everything, crumbs everywhere. You can sweep that shit up. We want the fish fry to be exactly the way that ass whooping was. That ass whooping was all over the ring, y'all. So when you eat that fish, you're not trying to put all the crumbs in one. You want that fish and everything to just be everywhere. So you can just feel free. Hot sauce, dump that motherfucker on there. It might splash on the floor a little bit. You get it out. Spence got up. What did I say? I told you DJ is not capable of out-coaching Brian Bomack and out-thinking Bud Crawford. Take that to the bank. I said DJ was not capable of out-coaching Brian Bomack and out-thinking Terrence Crawford. Man, come on. This was the worst championship beatdowns of this magnitude ever in boxing. Ever in boxing. This was the worst one-sided fight that we have witnessed in a long time. This was the worst. Errol Spence not only have to return to boxing one day, but all the talk about Crawford, I'm coming from the fucking belts. You know what I'm saying? And trying to check people when you see them. They was right. They was right. The ones that you was trying to check, they're saying that was Crawford's gonna whoop your ass. They was right. You know what I'm saying? All the talk that you thought it was good when you was on weight, right? See, that's how much it shows you and your fans, you and the aerosexuals. EJ, you was playing around and thought it was sweet, just like the aerosexuals was. You know what I'm saying? You said this man was a 0.5. You know what I'm saying? When it came, your coach busy wanted to run with that narrative too. Yeah, he wanted to run right into a goddamn a road full of glass too. Both of y'all got cut the fuck up last night. It cut into Derrick James' reputation that he's overrated. I said it. He's overrated. Oh, you want to know why? Well, let me give you a little sniff right now. All right. Didn't I say he couldn't outcoach Brian Bomack? Your aerosexuals busy talking about Cheetos and all that shit, right? But what happened when the coaching aspect came into play? What happened when the tactical education, when you had to lead and when you had to give your fighter advice? And what happened when you gave that advice to your fighter? Crawford carried it out like a soldier. Listen to this, bro. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Derrick James is overrated.
Too fucking slow for you. All right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You can stay on the inside. Catch and counter. Fucking slow for you, all right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You can stay on the inside. Catch and counter.
Did you see that masterclass of advice given by trainer of the year, Brian Bomack? Brian Bomack McIntyre, the coach of the year, 2-time. He told the man, hey, no more hiding. Did he not say some profound? He gave him a profound warning, y'all. He said, no more hiding, Derrick. Look, Bomack called Derrick by his first name. He said, no more hiding, Derrick. You know when you call a nigga by his first name? Hey, Scotty, no more hiding, nigga. It's over. When motherfucker call you, hey, bro, he said no more hiding. Bomac said no more hiding, man. He said we've been here before. You sit back and watch how we do this. Sit back and watch. Sit back and watch, bro. We got to give Bomac and his team absolute 2 thumbs up, man. We have to give him his adulations, his flowers. We got to give Brian Bomac his flowers because they were sitting up here worrying about the wrong thing, while Team Crawford was worrying about putting on a performance like this for the history books. This is for the history, y'all. We was able to experience the history, and they carried out the history. This was the worst. This was the absolute worst. And you know who I haven't seen? I haven't seen the aerosexuals, and I really don't care. I am going to troll your ass all week long. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Just like Team Crawford let Spence know that what was about to go down, you about to get this damn work. Just like Lux said, you about to get this work. So please, all of you haters out there, start up a debate series about this fight and how it played out, because that is a debate I would love to listen in on. Yes, sir. Let's go to another piece of fun fact, right? Let's go back to another piece of fun fact. Let's go back to the instructions that we just heard from Bomac that was given, right? And some of these pictures doesn't even look like they're the same person. It doesn't look like. Let's look over here. You know, that's a zoomed out view a little bit, not so up close and personal. Look at that uppercut from the southpaw position. That left uppercut. That's not the same one Benavidez was hit with, okay? All right? That's not the same one. He uppercut that. Look, he uppercut him. And it's right up under the armpit. You know what I'm saying? It's right by the rib cage. And not only that, if you look at the discoloration of Crawford's tape around his gloves, is red. That's because Errol Spence's face was a bloody mess. Was a bloody mess, y'all. He beat Errol Spence ass. He made that man look like he was older than me. Look at that nigga. That nigga looked like the uncle that you notice out there in the street, and you say, "Come on, Unc, let's get you washed up, Unc. We're gonna take you up here and get you a haircut. We're gonna get you washed up, man." Listen to y'all. Listen, people. Y'all may listen to me, ad-lib and all that shit, but I told you what you put in your body is what you're gonna get out of. When he said that shit on the rocks with AO, that he was only 40%, he can go in there and dog walk Danny Garcia, I said to myself, he really don't get it. He feel that he did something special. He feel that with those opponents and him going in there proving to people that he can take advantage of people that's able to go in there and move around with him, he's going to be able to carry out that same plan with Crawford. And after that, she called him king. I just wonder what she was calling him after last night, like during the fight, because I really didn't see too much of her. I don't know if she was in the building. She might have been smart and stayed in Texas. But I'm curious to know, since he was on the rocks with AO prior to the podcast, I really want to know if he is going to be on there after. Give him time to heal and everything. You got to be a man about it, Spence. You got to go back on that podcast and tell people what was going on in your mind when you was getting your ass beat. And do you think how you've been living, out of pocket and bragging about living out of pocket, do you think that has some type of effect on you being beat down the worst you ever have in the biggest fight of your career? Look at this dude. This dude looked like Crawford beat every bit of undiscipline out of him, and he aged right there in the ring. as far as all those inner demons and everything was beat out of him. The demons couldn't even beat Crawford. The demons couldn't even beat Crawford, y'all. Crawford beat the demons out this dude. Look, have you ever seen somebody humble Spence like this? He humbled the shit out of Spence. He beat the wino out of Spence, man. Who have you ever seen aged like that? look, the aerosexuals was looking at Spence before the fight, sitting back there. He said, something doesn't look right. Something, you know what that didn't look right? The pre-fight, the clarity that he was getting pre-fight, that he couldn't win the fight. He know he was going in there and he's about to get his ass beat. Everybody talking about, he just don't look right. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. You want to see his eyes, right? Look at his eyes. This is the eye collector, right? Hey, the one thing about it, I'm gonna say like this. I want to give a big shout out to the guy who made his mouthpiece. That nigga didn't go looking for no mouthpiece, and nor did that third eye that's supposed to be some motherfucking eye collector. Nobody was talking about that the whole fight. Now, I think I even mentioned this on my live. The only thing that I was gonna see is those gloves coming from Crawford. Crawford's left or Crawford's right. That's the only thing that I was seeing. And at the end of the day, he would have been better off starting off with the one with the shark. He started off with the one with the eyes, and it went bad from there. I know Crawford seen the mouthpiece he had in with the eye on it. He know he didn't have the big fish, the shark mouthpiece. I just gave the aerosexual a little bit to talk about this week. Maybe Arrow didn't look the way he's supposed to because he didn't put the shark mouthpiece in. I don't fucking know. But what I can tell you, myself and the hottest chat in the game, we seen the best beatdown that we know, the best beatdown that we've been able to witness in this sport, y'all. For real. I mean, you on deck. I think I read you already. Shout out. King of 147, real fans from the real eyes always knew this was always going to be the outcome. And I appreciate you for saying that, 147. But the way I look at it, like, I understand it's a lot of people that was over here, right, riding. But my respect goes out, like maximum respect goes out to the ones who wasn't switching up. You know what I'm saying? It took some of you all a bit more longer to convince yourselves that what I was saying, Crawford's gonna be it's gonna be a one-sided whooping. It's gonna be easier than Porter. I told y'all that. I told you all that, man. His mentality and everything that Crawford has to offer, I told you all it was gonna be easier than Porter. Porter, he was able to go with Crawford the way he did because he's not up here cutting corners and fucking off the sport and doing all that other shit. He comes in shape, but they wanted to use him as saying he's a shell of himself, right? But yet Crawford goes in here and bumps it up to supposedly the level of his competition. And he takes the level of his competition and tell them, if I want to rise up to somebody who y'all think is better than me and higher on the pound for pound list, and he's going to be a part of history and all this. No. I'm going to show you. So he went in there and made it look easier than Sean Porter, y'all. Sean Porter was knocked down twice. Spence was knocked down 3 times, and he got that ass beat just a little bit more to dress it up and put that handkerchief in there and send him about his way. He dressed him up real nice for the post-fight conference. But look at those eyes. That look like an eye collector. Huh? Ladies, those of you that saying what, you know who you are. Ladies, those of you that was up there saying, well, what is Crawford gonna do? He ain't fought nobody with those TKOs. What did he get last night? Another love TKO. Another love TKO. What did he get last night, y'all? What did he get last night? Somebody explain that to me. Y'all hit the like button. This is epic. This is history. You know what I'm saying? This is history. I want to show y'all something right quick because it's imperative. It's imperative that we see this. It's imperative. It's extremely imperative that we see this. Hold on for a second. I'm going to show y'all something right quick. I'm going to go through this chat just a little bit. Porter did better. Green Machine did better. Hell, one-legged Benavidez did better. I have to agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? Even David Avanesian did better to a point. When David Avanesian went out, he went out on his back. At least he went 6. This man Crawford changes levels, man. He is Neo. Crawford is Neo, bro. They found out last night Crawford is the one. He is the one. All the doubt that he's experienced in his life, all the adversity he's been through, that is a person who understands the power that God blessed him with. He might have been in situations that's considered adverse. You know what I'm saying? He had to fight through a little bit more struggles than the next person. But the strongest part about it is that Crawford always believed in who he was. Everybody else may not have wanted to believe. They always wanted to think that, oh, no, he ain't doing this. You know, they wanted to put this stamp on him. That, nah, he ain't our favorite. I don't like him because he don't do this. Oh, he didn't talk to the media enough. He didn't do this, that, and the other. Well, guess what? He talked to the media as much as he ever did in his career. He promoted the shit out this fight as much as he's ever done in his career. He went in there asking for peace. For real. He went in there asking for peace, man. He said, as black people, we don't have to do it. But if you don't want to take what I'm saying and you want to come on some, oh, don't nobody want to hear that humble shit. That's typical what my people say. Don't nobody want to hear that humble shit you talking. That's typical what my people do. So then he said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come in peace from both sides. So we won't have a Caleb Plant and Mar Charlo out there. But at least we couldn't say that was black on black. You feel me? He tried to come in there at the presser and be humble and say, hey, we don't need this. We at the end of the day, it's me and Spence is going in there fighting. Period. It's not y'all, it's me and Spence. And the type of mentality y'all got, your attitude, people die from that. He's right. People do die for way less. People die from stuff like that. But he proved it in the ring, man. D-Bevel the champ with the $5 super chat on deck. Hey, man, the first super chat of the top of the morning. One love and much appreciated there, D-Bevel. He said that wasn't a fish fry. That was a cremation. Holy God damn. I feel you, bro. I feel you. That was a cremation. He burned them down, y'all. He burned them down. And he did it solidifying himself as the number 1 pound for pound. He solidified. Alexander Usyk haven't did this shit. In a way, haven't did this shit. Canelo Alvarez haven't did this shit. Josh Taylor wasn't able to do it. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney wasn't even able to do it. They wasn't able to do this shit. Jermell Charlo show can't do it. What you got to say now to Jermell Charlo? No. I'm not going to get on you just yet. I'm going to keep this all about, this is Sunday. I'm going to keep this all about Team Crawford because we still got some more content to cover. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate that $5 super chat, my brother. One love to you. Appreciate you. Aubrey says levels. Tough glove. WCS in the chat. Says salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you, Tough Glove Boxing. Lil Flex say, what a performance Bud had. No doubt about it. Maybe this forces dudes to watch more boxing and talk less. Not at the YTC, bro. Knockdown 305, salute to you. I don't think in the YTC, because in the YTC, during the build up to this fight, you had a lot of people just was basically on some ignorant energy. That's all they wanted to do. They wanted to be on some ignorant energy, and you really wasn't going to be able to tell them anything that they would believe until it actually played out. Their knockdown. You know what I'm saying? Until it actually played out in front of them, they wasn't going to believe it. Look, they had to see it. They felt that like they was going to be a part of history, and they was going to go out into the streets in Vegas, and they was going to celebrate. But the fighter that deserved it, and that the real ones who knew that this was going to be a eulogy. You know what I'm saying? The one that knew that Terrence Crawford was the one who was not cutting corners in the sport. They didn't want to. These are the type of people, like I said all the time, they have a double life on this YouTube shit. They see what this man was doing, and they was praising him for it. Oh man, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Did you see what he did to Mikey? Did you see? He just want to prove to the people he can box with a lightweight. You see what he did with Danny Garcia? Oh man, he proved that he took his eye. He beat him up real bad. You see what he did to Ugas? I bet Ugas, when he seen that beat down, Ugas was like, I'm glad they figured it out, so they don't have to talk about me anymore. And they don't have to talk about me anymore. Because Ugas looking at that and say, bro, I went longer than you. I went further distance than you. And I had multiple losses on my record. I went further in the fight than you. You know what I'm saying? When it was time for Errol Spence to step up, Errol couldn't even go further than what he went with Ugas. Man, Ugas went into to later rounds, and then that's without the knockdowns, right? And they was using Ugas as the mascot. He was the eye collector. That's what I tell you. Oh boy, they come up with those freaking shirts over there. I told you that shit was cheesy. I told you all Spence wanted to do is make sure he sell enough merchandise, right? And before the jig is up. He wanted to get y'all to buy all them shirts, smoking bud too, and all this other shit, knowing good and damn well a fish that looked just like Errol did last night if they were smoking on bud. And he got his ass beat. Point blank, period. He got his ass beat. It was the worst that we seen in a match of that magnitude in boxing. This man solidified history. 2-time undisputed, the first to ever do it. Not only is he a Hall of Famer, now, just like Exo mentioned earlier, we have to start talking about and comparing him to certain names as an all-time great. You feel me? As an all-time great, y'all. As an all-time great. Shout out to my guy Jamal Neezy, man. Salute to you this morning. Salute WCS. Salute chat. No doubt, man. Appreciate you pulling up, Neezy. Unfortunately, the white has basically went in seclusion. He betted all these people this money, and he bounced. The white, if you're listening, I hope you are a man of your word and pay up. I hope you're a man of your word, because I definitely screen recorded us making that bet. And you do need to pay these people their money. You was up there faking the funk on that. I'm not going to get him. You don't deserve to be in this live. But, hey, I hope you come up to the surface and pay up, man. W says, it seems like me talking on Manager Marty's channel and comparing Bud to Ali doesn't sound crazy anymore, huh? You're right. You're right, man. Like, I want to hear from the managers. I want to hear from everybody else that was out here talking. The Rachel Donaires, everybody that was out here criticizing Bud Crawford just because the temperature in the group sounded good. You know what I'm saying? People that think they know everything. You know what I'm saying? How was that to take 2 L's. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sit up here and criticize the shit out this man for months and months and months. Let me show you another fun fact, y'all. And please, Tony Banks, $10 super chat in the building. I appreciate you. One love to your brother. Thanks for donating to the channel. It is absolutely appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It is absolutely appreciated. One love to you. If you look at the fight, the right hook was there the entire night. Diddy James should be fired for that debacle. I totally agree, brother. I totally agree. I even gave IOTBA his credit. I said the man was on to something. I even gave him his credit. His prediction was too early in life. He didn't have the people around him to understand why he did what he did. Then I had my run in with Diddy James. And other people had their run in. And then a fight week, people was able to see it play out. He has to do everything. The jig is up. You got the rap hands. You got the whole mitts. You have to be this. This dude is on a private jet after coming off that horrible, atrocious freaking performance, right? Being out-coached by Bomac. You have to go out here to another fight for Joshua. I guarantee you some of them fighters are going to rethink and recalibrate their decision to be over there in a furniture store. Real talk. They're gonna rethink that. But I totally agree there, Tony. He should be fired, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need that text, man. I need that text so I can, you know what I'm saying? I need the text. And goddamn, you know, hey, it came to fruition. Errol need to fire Derrick James now. Now the shit makes all the sense in the world. That shit right there makes all the sense in the world. I know it. I know it looked bad back in the day to my Errol should lose, but he did lose. It ain't no should. He did lose. And Derrick didn't have shit to say that could have him come back and change the momentum of the fight. Nothing. Peep this out. Here's another piece of information. Look at this right here. And shout out to Tony Banks for that $10 super chat, brother. Thank you. Look at these scores, y'all. Look at this now. Out of 9. Let's talk about out of 9, 1 through 8. Spence was so far behind on the scorecards. He needed to knock out of Bud Crawford. He needed to catch him with a shot that he think Bud didn't see coming. Bud came in there with a net on. You already know he was on demon time. He was on savage time, dog. He was on Omaha time. Bud Crawford came in there with a net on. They gave Spence, depending on what judge it was, they gave Spence about 1 round out of the first 8 because they can't score the 9th because it was stopped, obviously. But 1 through 8, depending on who it was, they gave that man 1 freaking round. And we're not to mention in round 2 the 10-8. Not to mention in round 7 the 10-7. A 10-7 round now. 10-7, y'all. A 10-7, bro. In a fight of this magnitude, Crawford scored a 10-7, 2 knockdowns in 1 round. The fight was over. The fight was over long before that, but when it came to the scorecards, right? And he earned that first knockdown, people was like, okay, he's still all he got to do. Listen, this is what I was thinking. I'm sponging in all this. It's like you squeezing a sponge, right? Look, I'm going into the mental catalog and just coming up with all this shit, right? You remember when they was talking about how Bud starts so slow and Spence was gonna come out with this extraordinary pace, and he was just gonna run through, and Bud may not be able to handle it. Well, guess what? Crawford had was it Derrick James that told him to come out and be reserved and fill him out? Because he say, I'm a step and he gonna step. But when the bell rung, he was filling Crawford out. And they say Crawford is a slow starter. So they was filling each other out. I didn't see him take control. It's almost like he saw Crawford in real life and shit got real. It seemed like he just couldn't. He just knew if he chanced it to come out the gate, Crawford was ready, bro. He knew he couldn't come out there and try to press them. Wasn't they saying that Crawford collects data early? Crawford don't use all his skills. Didn't they say Crawford starts slow and he can potentially get knocked out early in the fight because Spence has this extra? I'm talking about this Marvel comment, this immortal power. He was knocking people ribs up into their lungs. He was taking eyes. They said that about Spence, man. They said Spence was him. You ever heard such? They say that was Spence. Look at these scorecards now. Crawford obliterated this guy. He ruined him. Did he not? Crawford ruined him, bro. No matter what you do after this fight, when the question is asked, it's no more speculation based off other opponents. We're not talking about common opponents no more. We're not talking about freaking who's the better at this and who's been doing. No, we're not speaking about that no more. We're talking about straight up FACTS. And sometimes when you talk about facts before they actually play out, but yet you're speaking on facts that's going to enhance or bring about the results that you want. That's called deductive reasoning to a point. Except deductive reasoning, you take evidence that's already there for you instead of basically bringing into bringing prognostication into it and say, okay, this is what I'm going to put here, and you should get this result right here. You know what I'm saying? In this particular case, when we was talking about certain areas of Crawford's discipline as a fighter, they didn't want to hear that. They were saying that Errol Spence was this guy in welterweight. He's been doing this. He's an Olympian. He's been breaking ribs and collecting eyes, and he's going to do all this stuff. They up here making lives on his mouthpiece. I swear the desperation was real, y'all. They was making all this live streaming and content on mouthpieces, y'all. That's what the hope that they had, because as the fight got near, these aerosexuals got more and more scared to death because they had money on the fight, and they wasn't even sure and confident that Errol Spence was going to beat Crawford. They wasn't sure. I remember hearing Knockdown 68 iPad talk about how small Bud Crawford was when he was in Beverly Hills. And when he came right there in front of me, right, I say, yeah, dude got weight on him. I'm looking at it from a boxing perspective. I'm saying Errol Spence has a lot of weight on him. He has a lot to lose. But then I'm hearing people online talk about, Terrence Crawford looked like his little brother. Well, what you got to say now, Knockdown? What you got to say now? Seriously. Since it's supposed to be all about boxing, y'all going through this whole freaking Rolodex of retreaded information. What do you have to say now about the small guy? Because in combat sports, the small guy isn't always the one who come out the loser. Clearly last night, supposedly the gargantua boxer in Errol Spence Jr. came out the loser. Not only that, he was on the canvas several times. Not only that, look at what the scorecards had through round 1 through 8. But you, along with a lot of other people, were up there pretty much letting them say some shit that wasn't true. You were just letting them speak and saying some dumb shit, including yourself, that wasn't true. Y'all were just up here talking about this man, and he can't do this and he can't do that. He ain't did this, and Mean Machine and David Avocado. Y'all were just busy making light of the opponents that he's faced. But yet you wanted to ignore how he did him dirty. And then that female that don't know shit about boxing, I'll say it again. I don't give a damn how mad you get. You don't know shit about boxing. You up there talking about a TKO don't matter. Well, does this TKO matter? Do you think Bud got power now? Oh, I never heard some dumb shit in my life. A TKO don't matter. He ain't did shit. Who did he beat? Who did he beat for those TKOs? A TKO don't matter. Oh, that ain't shit. Y'all over there acting like a TKO and shit. I bet you ain't goddamn trying to break down what a TKO isn't today. I bet you won't do it this Sunday. I bet you won't do it this Sunday, huh? Knockdown. I bet you won't show your ass up over here. Show your ass up in the chat today. I'll drop the link just for you, that knockdown. And you explain and apologize to Team Crawford how you was so misled. How your thought process has always been clouded. You know what I'm saying? Due to your biasness. Go ahead, knockdown. I'm not even gonna argue with you. But you look at these scorecards. Errol Spence was dominated, bro. Dominated. They gave him 1 round out of 8. Fight is over. Not only that, he had 3 knockdowns. 3. Between round 1 and round 8, he had a total of 3. He had 1 in round 2 and 2 in round 7. And Harvey Doc has seen enough. Once again, Harvey Doc has seen enough. And let me give a big salute to Harvey Doc. You did an amazing job. Harvey Doc, we appreciate you. The veterans, we salute you. We salute you, Harvey Doc. You didn't turn this into a fiasco. You didn't have the long count. Yes. You didn't try to jack Reese's. You didn't try to jack Reese's with a 15 to 18 count to hopefully Spence recover. You know what I'm saying? God damn. I forgot all about it. Shout out to Harvey Doc. Shout out to the judges. You know what I'm saying? Looking at these scorecards, it wasn't like the Canelo and Dimitri Bivol situation. Like, we didn't look on the scorecards and say, oh shit, they gave Spence the first 4 rounds. Damn. No. They had a little fluctuation. One judge gave him round 3. Weisfeld gave him round 1, him being Spence. Sutherland gave Spence round 3. And Cheatham gave Spence round 1. And I think that was fair. I'm not going to really, throw a little temper tantrum about round 3 versus round 1. Clearly, we could give him that. Shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing, Coach Malachi, who absolutely witnessed history. And, man, it went down. I just want to know if they're having a fish fry. For real. PBC Slayer, they so-called coach of the year, had no game plan. He led that man to slaughter. Talk to him one more again. Slay, 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 sling, sling, swing that sword, slay them because they need it. Silence King, what's good? Bud beat that dude like he stole something. He did. He stole that man's heart. For real, he stole that man's heart. Whatever heart he had left over, he stole that man's heart. Bud can fight a southpaw fighter and have the same success that he would against an orthodox fighter. He never had a close fight in his life. That's absolutely facts with an X and a Z. Bud, the way he adapts to his opponent is high level, y'all. The way Bud Crawford acclimated to his opponent was high level. Heading into this matchup, they was talking about the pressure. But when it comes down to Spence, he only fought 2 southpaws in his career. So when the opening bell, Crawford said, fuck it. I'm southpaw. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fight. I'm going to start off with southpaw. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go in here. It's going to be who's the better southpaw right off the gate. Right out the gate. Let's go. He didn't have to damn collect no data, do any of that. He got right down to it. Shout out to Gumbo, aka Mr. Hot Grease, aka Mr. Sucker Free. Great coaching by Bomac. Absolutely. We got to give love, man. We got to show love to Bomac, man. He outcoached the shit out of Derek. Did I not say that before the fight, man? I'm not a person to go around and try to be. It don't matter to me about being right. It's just the fact that I said it. I was firm on that. I said Derek James don't have it. He's incapable of outcoaching Bomac and outthinking Terrence Crawford. And both of them played out. Did you hear the instructions that Bomac was giving Crawford and him going out like the soldier he is and implementing execution on how he let that weaponry start to break down Spence, man? The way he was firing off on Spence. Oh, man, it was brutal. It was brutal, y'all. It was brutal. Shout out to MMA Super. Thanks, Crawford, for making my birthday even better. For sure. Green on deck. Salute WCS in the chat. Didn't EJ get battered like Marcus Brown got battered against Beterbiev? Diddy James coaching got Marcus Brown slaughtered. The same happened to Errol. I think, in reality, I think that Errol Spence got it worse than Marcus Brown, to be honest. His face was damn near red in the second round, I think. In the second round, man. Got Eclipse 330 in the building. What's good, Square? How you feeling? Oh, baby, what a night. W says, did you enjoy your fish dinner? I did, man. I enjoyed every bit. I had coleslaw with that. I had to go back to the old school, dog. Coleslaw and beans, man. Hot sauce. Man, it was good. Them dinner rolls, man, shrimp. It was delicious. I ain't gonna lie. It was delicious. Real talk. It was delicious, bro. I'm gonna eat some more this week. Now I'm gonna have to wean myself off of it. I'm gonna have to wean myself because I was eating some fried shit. You know what I'm saying? A rematch don't do nothing. They both will be adding size and strength. Spence can't do nothing to fix this. It's a skill difference. I agree that it's a skill difference, and that Bud Crawford definitely has space in between comparison to Spence. Bud Crawford's level of skill set at this point in time, it doesn't take someone that's a hardcore boxing fanatic to identify that he is levels above Errol Spence, even though they are supposed to be competing on the highest level. The highest level was determined because of the championships that Errol Spence had won, the championship that Bud Crawford had won. They was considered to be at the highest level because both of these fighters was on the pound for pound list, right? We knew that. But what we all understand, the ones who know and stay close to boxing, that just because you have fighters that's with a belt, that's supposed to be on the same level on the pound for pound, in comparison, that when it comes time for them to fight one another, you rarely see the separation the way we seen yesterday. The separation was because of opponents. The separation was certain people thought that Terrence Crawford was a built fighter. Errol Spence was a developed fighter. Certain people believed in a clouded mind of ignorance that they developed a fighter. Just because you've been with him for quite some time, he was developed. If you really look at it, right? If you really look at Spence being with Derek James, is the demise of him. Because if you look at how Spence was going through his career and how Derek James' boxing career was, and how Derek James took his freaking losses and shit like that. I mean, come on now. Do you think you need to teach your fighter some better defense? Do you think you getting on somebody's podcast talking about you'd rather, get knocked out than take punishment, but yet you train a fighter to come forward and just depend on a freaking a left hand. Terrence Crawford was way quicker than Errol Spence, not just with his punches, but with his freaking defense. He's seen everything that was coming. Look, this dude wasn't even like, you didn't even see his mouthpiece. Like, he wasn't flinching, none of that. He knew what punches Errol Spence was going to be throwing. And you know what, there, Diddy James? You probably don't even care because you don't watch film study. But you can tell Team Crawford watched film study. They knew everything that Errol was going to do, bro. They pretty much, Crawford knew everything that you was going to do. He was up there blocking your shit with ease. And first, when you was popping the jab out, once again, once Crawford collects the data and he gets his distance in, I mean, that jab wasn't even landing on Crawford like that. It was just outside range, man. Something we talked about with Crawford and his boxing education. We talked about this, how astute he is as a boxer. This guy's a student. They look at film. They don't go around here bragging, talking about, nah, we ain't looking at no film. You know why? You don't look at film because you got too much on your plate. Diddy James is one of the most overrated coaches who got an award in the history of the sport. He had athletics fighters in his stable that he was able to get away with just long enough to have two fighters under the same banner and to win titles. I told you all you had to do was look at Mel Charlo's performance and how bad he looked in the first time around and how he had to come back in the rematch to make that shit happen. And how I told you all that, yeah, he wasn't really training with Derrick James like that on a full-time basis. Well, with Spence, he couldn't do that because he chose to get locked in with Derrick James. Spence chose to do that. And the jig is up. It's up. Bomac said something profound. It's no more hiding, Derrick. You can't hide behind your athleticism as far as your fighters goes. You can't hide behind that. Yeah, you was able to collect all these titles and you had a clear pathway with Jamel Charlo. And you had a clear pathway on the easy route all the way up to your Dinas Ugas. But when it came down to Crawford, literally, not only did they have to cross over, you know how they talking about they was on different sides of the street? And so many, if you just, put that visual out there, they still had to cross over on the other side of the street. They still did. You know what I'm saying? Crawford didn't sign no promotional deal with PBC. They still had to cross over to the other side of the street. And not only that, they found out in front of millions that they had been capping all this time. They was exposed. Diddy James was exposed this entire time. He got away with having athletic fighters in his stable. He got away with it. They was the one running around hoping that Kell Brook would lift the title. He couldn't do it. They was hoping Sean Porter lift the title. He couldn't do it. So they didn't want the fight last year because Spence, he wasn't in the right frame of mind. If this fight was going to be in Vegas, they had to get Spence all cleaned up and everything before they had that fight out of Texas. You know what I'm saying? That fight wasn't going to be in Texas. If the fight was going to be in Texas, they would have fought in 2022. That's a fact. They would have fought in 2022, y'all. Shout out to Rice Eater 79. Bud had Spence near death last night. Held back. He did. Hey, 79, you saw it like we did. That man took round 8 off just to stop him in round 9. 1 round prior to stopping Sean Porter. How much of a savage is that? How much of a savage is that? I say it wasn't going past Sean Porter, but I predicted round 6. But I say, man, the way Crawford thinks, he's not letting this fight go past Sean Porter just to prove to people that what they were saying was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I have levels too. Sean Porter was his friend. Look what he did to Sean Porter, the first person to stop him. Look what he did to Errol Spence, the first fighter to stop him. The first fighter to do him so dirty. He knocked down that man more times than he knocked out Sean Porter in that fight. Sean Porter can get bragging right. Well, he knocked me down twice. I'm serious. Porter Way Podcast. Tune in Monday. Porter Way Podcast. I'm curious to know what Porter has to say about this fight. I'm really curious to see. I heard Timothy Bradley, though. He has video out there. He said, I told y'all. What did I say? I told y'all. Timothy was turned up. What did I tell y'all? Timothy Bradley was lit, y'all, because he has a history with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I wish Timothy Bradley probably wished that he could have been a part of Crawford's career. You know what I'm saying? As a manager or something back in the day, man. Spence fans truly didn't understand boxing. All that size shit, Gamboa and Mean Machine shit, all that. They completely overlooked skill set. Man, talk to him, Blunts. Look at those scorecards. This is also a moment where Blunts, you mentioning Gamboa and all that. That's what I meant. That's why I always put it out there, the ignorance of the aerosexuals and how they continue to mention Gamboa. Even you mentioned it, you have people that pay attention to YouTube. Even when I had a conversation in the barbershop and I was trying to say, bro, y'all mentioning Gamboa and what he did, but you're not mentioning what Crawford did. What I know for a fact, if we have this conversation tomorrow, we're going to be talking about what Terrence Crawford did to Errol Spence. He did to Errol Spence damn near what he did to Gamboa. All you got to do is look it up. All you got to do is look it up. Look at this. Spence down once in round 2 and twice in round 7. Okay, let's go down here to Gamboa, right? Let's go down here to Gamboa. Gamboa down in round in round 5, 8, and twice in round 9. Come on now. You think I don't do it? Come on, bro. What you talking about, aerosexuals? Gamboa down in round 5, 8th, and twice in the 9th. He did Errol Spence damn near the way he did Gamboa, and Gamboa was at a lighter weight class early in Crawford's career, and Spence just went down last night. So you trying to tell me that a 35-year-old fighter like Bud Crawford should never come across your conversation no more? Talking about fighters are a shell of themselves? Because Gamboa was undefeated and Errol Spence was undefeated. How does that work out, aerosexuals? Matter of fact, let me go back over here right quick and appreciate the super chat from Rice Eater 79, the $2 super chat. Much appreciated. I got to get to the next one. L Dog with the $2 super chat. One love to your brother. Bud and John Jones, quite not human. Yeah. Bud is a different type of dude, man. He is the best, one of the best of this era, and you have to consider him as an all-time great. You do. You have to. It ain't no question. Bud Crawford is an all-time great. He's up there with the likes of the Floyd Mayweather, all that shit. It don't matter if he doesn't have 5 divisions. He is a 2-time undisputed. 2-time undisputed. In 3 different weight divisions. 2 times. Floyd was never undisputed. But that doesn't take away what he did, but he's never undisputed. Canelo Alvarez for quite some time wasn't undisputed until he was undisputed 168. You know what I'm saying? And that's Canelo's 4th division. I mean, that's his 3rd division that he did that in. You know what I'm saying? When he was moving up the chain. So kudos to them, but Bud Crawford reigns supreme at the hierarchy. Ray Sanders, man, what's good with a $5 super chat? Much appreciated. One love. Spence hugged Crawford at the post-fight press conference like he was hugging his daddy. Guess he shouldn't have got out of line, shawty. Man, that's the classic of the day right there. I ain't gonna lie, man. He did hug him like that was his daddy. He got out of line and Crawford took his belt off, didn't he? Man, that Crawford, hey, a lot of you youngers, you don't know about them belts that was swinging. Notice I didn't say swinging, that was swinging back in the day, right? But a lot of times, like, you know, when our parents start swinging them belts, we'll fall to the ground thinking that was gonna lessen the blow, like the parents are gonna feel sorry. No, they continue to beat you while you was on the floor. God damn, dog. Hey, dog. Hey, Ray, you ain't lying, dog. Man, he got out of line, man. He hugged Crawford, man. I just want to tell you, bro, I love you, man. I love you, man. Thanks for making this money with me. Look, the reality came down when they did a face-off at the weigh-in. When Spence said, you don't have to thank for making the fight. That was Spence being across from a man that he knew that was his alpha. I mentioned this before. He knew Crawford was his alpha. He knew it was no more corners for him to turn. It was no more belts that he can get from the easy route. I said the easy route ruined this man because he knew all along he had to go across the motherfucking road and get the WBO belt in Omaha, Nebraska. He knew that, bro. He knew that. Not only that, you had to go through security. This man had already been undisputed already. You had to go through the pre-check and all that shit and get your shit examined thoroughly. Are you sure, Mr. Spence? I'm talking to you. Are you sure you're trying to go and become welterweight undisputed, knowing that Terrence Bud Crawford holds the WBO title? This would be a different flight for you. Are you sure that you want to get this ticket? Yes, I'm sure. Are you clear? The repercussion and consequences that's going to go with this. Are you sure? Yeah. That's what I ain't gonna talk to Al no more. I hired a new management team, and we're gonna get the bag. We're gonna get the bag. So at least I can get the bag. You know what I'm saying? At least I get the bag. I'm gonna get this ass whooping, and I'm gonna get the bag. And I think ultimately that's what Spence wanted. You know, I saw Yellow Beezy in there in the casino trying to bet people all this money, talking about $500 is my kid lunch money. I want to say so much. Damn, I bet you, man. Oh my God, man. He probably been the type bet 10 stacks, and then you can't find him. He dip out to my man. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you bet. Shout out to Ray Sanders, man, with a $5 super chat, man. That's a classic. That's a classic. As you know, we have over 100 in the building. Appreciate everyone that pulled up. I could not read all of the chats, but I do see a lot of people in here that for the first time. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? I want to show you all something just for the sake of conversation, right? Because you know there's going to be a lot of conversation and people making up excuses. Now, those people that's attempting to make up excuses this week, I want to show you something right quick. Okay? Since y'all love bringing up Gamboa, I want to show you something. Right? This is Gamboa right here. Y'all love bringing something up. Damn near 10 years ago, y'all. He fought in June 2014, and he was knocked down several times. One in the 5th, 8th, and twice in the 9th. Come on now. I'm not going to keep this up too long. Spence down in once in round 2 and twice in round 7. Several knockdowns. So when you try to bring up this Gamboa, this should put that to rest permanently. You can no longer think you're going to have a debate. Okay, managers, you can have a debate and talk about, oh, he got hurt by Crawford. He fought Avanesian. He got up and went to BOK Prime and fought David Avanesian when he should have fought Crawford. When he should have fought Spence. Well, guess what? You can't sit up here and talk about that no more because that's over. That's done. You can't talk about shit no more with BOK Prime and him and his gloves and David Avanesian not being ranked high enough for you. What about this guy? Was this guy ranked high enough for you? Was Spence ranked high enough? This was an undisputed beatdown. This was a one-sided thrashing. This was an act of violence legally contracted between two fighters, which happened to be black, and no arrest was made. Not one arrest. He beat the Texas out this nigga, for real. He beat the Texas out of him. Did he not, y'all? Crawford beat the Texas out of Spence. Real talk. Point blank. He beat the Texas out of this man. Who have you seen ever beat a fighter and made him look like the man was 60-some years old? Look, Spence looked older than his daddy. Spence looked older than his daddy over there, man. He got his mouth open, eyes swelled up. He just looked crazy, bro. Man, Terrence Crawford changed this man inside and out, man. He beat the liquor out of Spence. I'm just going to he beat the yak out of Spence, man. All that cutting corners. You know, I heard the aerosexuals talking about, something doesn't look right. Yeah, something don't look right. Especially when you know you're about to go in here and you don't know how you're going to get the job done. Of course it doesn't look right. Of course. It's about to become extremely dangerous, man, in a little bit. And what happened? We all know it was over when he won the coin toss. We all know it was over. He won the coin toss. He came out with Eminem, even though Eminem, you know, for whatever reason, he couldn't sing the song and, you know, whatever. But, man, he came out second. He had the net on for the fish. We know right there that Crawford was on some different type of time. He had the net on. He was introduced first. We all knew it was over when he came out there rapping. When I was growing up, they call it rapping. Today, they call it bars, spitting, whatever the case may be. He came out there singing along. You know what I'm saying? Word for word. We knew it was over. We knew it was over once the fight was made. But see, they just couldn't put it together. The aerosexual was too ignorant. They couldn't put it all together because they want to go off this size. They was talking about how big Errol was. Oh, man, Errol was just so big. He's too muscular. You know what I'm saying? He's too strong for Bud. But then Bud puts out a picture, and they say, oh, Bud, he's going to be too slow. He put on too much muscle. And then, once again, I'm gonna call it for what I said, blue blood, Southern Tea. They want to sit up here and talk about Bud missed weight. Clickbait just for views, man. If that's what you need, okay. I'm not feeling no type of way. It's expected. It's expected. That's why I say you're never gonna change levels, bro. For y'all putting out clickbait, talking about Crawford missed weight like it was gonna deter the fight. Let me enlighten Southern Tea and Blue Blood. The one that missed weight was Errol Spence. He missed weight. That's a fact. He missed weight, and they still, whatever, took care of what they did behind the scenes for him to step in the ring. He missed weight. That's who missed weight. That's what you need to always, if you're going to have debates and shit like that and have boxing topics, that's a fact. He missed weight, not Crawford. Crawford was well under the weight limit. Errol Spence missed weight because he has been undisciplined and he should have already been at 154. He should have already been at 154. And look, Crawford, you shouldn't appease this man. I don't have to tell Team Crawford nothing. They on point. You shouldn't appease this man to fight him at 154. You should say, I'm fighting 147, and that's it. You know why they're Bud? Because they was busy up here talking about your resume was a 0.5. Even when it was time for him to show respect and keep respect, he didn't do the shit. He didn't do it. They kept on taking little jabs, talking about Sean Porter was a shell of himself, a shell of himself, a shell of himself. Well, guess what, Bud? Let him know he's a shell of himself. Move up to 154 and make that 154 weight and fight somebody else. Let's see what the aerosexuals got to say now. Was Errol Spence a shell of himself, or Bud Crawford just made him look that way? Was Errol Spence a nobody? Was he a nobody, or you gonna bring up the accident? Was he a nobody, or you just gonna bring up the accident? He had to be somebody because Crawford needed to fight him to solidify the undisputed welterweight in the 4-belt era. You had to. You kept saying, Crawford, I'm coming for that fucking belt. How did that work out for you, big dog? Huh? You needed more than Beasy. You needed more than Beasy, goddammit. You needed more than Beasy. I'm just saying. ETB, how you living this morning, man? That's your boy too, right? Errol's your boy. You PBC fanatics. How that's working out for you, bro? The nigga with the shag, aka the booty. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Errol Spence lost the way he did because of the booty, the haircut that you love and infatuated with? Huh? Hey, you had a lot of capping over there on your panel too, nigga. Make sure them same dudes come on there. Bring in Dookie Brown too. Yeah, all y'all on the firing squad. All y'all niggas, man. All y'all on the firing squad. Bring in Dookie Brown too. All that bullshit he was talking. All those lies he was doing. I talked to Errol Spence camp. So what, nigga? What they tell you? Did they give you forewarning that he was gonna get his ass beat like that? Did they tell you that? Are you still an Errol Spence fan to all you aerosexuals? After seeing what you seeing tonight and seeing what you seen over here in the hottest chat in the game, are you still an Errol Spence fan? That's my question. I don't care if you are or not. I'm just saying, leading up to this fight, a lot of you all was talking that big fish, smoking bud, ha, 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 and all that shit. What about what you witnessed last night? That was history. That was history. What did you witness last night, man? We was a part of history. You all was on the wrong side of the turd. Yeah, the turd was floating in the water and y'all was on the bottom side. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was on the bottom side of that turd. You talked all that shit. And you kept regurgitating them toilet bowl narratives all the time. When you saw him in Beverly Hills, you say, oh man, Crawford looks so small. He's too small. He's too light in the ass. Didn't Spence say that when they met? Who's small in the ass now? Because he put you on your ass, shawty. He put Spence on his ass. God damn. That shit was just crazy. Now, hold on. 100 in the building. Where y'all went when it was 10 people in here? Where was y'all when the aerosexual was shitting in combat? Now y'all want to be up on the right side. Hit the like. Hey, talk to them, Blunt. Spit that fire, man. Where were they, man? Where were they, Blunts? Showtime, where were they, bro? You know what I'm saying? Where were y'all? Because I've been keeping the same energy the whole time, man. Just like Blunt said, when I had an 8, a 9, a 10 in the building, an 8, a 9, a 10 in the building. Hey, I appreciate y'all pulling up, though. I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate y'all pulling up, but I know the ones that was here before the fight even took place. I know the ones that was here. Shout out to Shaw News and Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw. He said they broke him down 5 years ago. 5 years ago, man. Juice Lee in the building. What's good? Easy work. Yes, sir. Easy work. Easy work. He was laying that baby Omaha juke hook all night. Man, come on, man. We gotta look at something for real. Look at the beautiful. Listen, not look. Listen at the beautiful. The beautiful. When you're talking about a teacher to the art of war, the sweet science, it's good to see these professors that's on deck, that's been around. And we're talking about 2 previous boxers. I remember the aerosexual was talking about who they actually had a live stream on who had the better resume between Derrick James and Bomac. And then how Derrick James kept talking about size of another man. He want to talk about size of another man. And And Bomac explained to him. He explained to him, there's no more hiding for you. Sit back and watch. Sit back and pay attention. And this what happened.
Fucking slow for you. All right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You can stay on the inside, catch and counter.
God damn, they used to call RJJ Captain Hook. They used to call Roy Jones Jr. Captain Hook. And Bomac up there said, it's time to turn that jab into a hook, man. Bomac says it's time to turn the jab into a hook. Did y'all just witness that instruction? Now, you know I have audio and I have the visual of Derrick James. I'm going to use that for this week. This is strictly based off, the beautiful instructions that was given so that we can see Terrence Crawford enshrined as two-time undisputed. Two-time undisputed, y'all. Do you know what goes on in this picture, the background with Jim Gray talking to Terrence Crawford while he's wrapping his hands? This is what I do, dog. I put the red up there. Look, I made this thumbnail before the fight had concluded. When I seen this picture with Jim Gray talking to him on that, boom, I said, okay, cool, let me snag that. But it was before the fight was even stopped. I was like, damn, let me lighten up the actual people that's there. You know what I'm saying? Put the winner, Terrence Crawford. I went and snatched this picture off an advertisement on IG, ripped it, put him in there behind it in the ring, put him next to the ring, two-time undisputed. Man, come on, bro. Did you see the instructions that Brian Bomac gave him? Were they not beautiful set of instructions? He said, sit back and watch us work. We've been here before. You haven't been here. And he tried to mention Jermell Charlo. He tried to sneak and mention Jermell Charlo, knowing damn well that he did not train Jermell Charlo for a full fight camp. He did not train Jermell Charlo for a full fight camp leading up to that freaking rematch with Brian Castano. He didn't. That's why Bomac was like, we've been here before. You haven't. Like, well, you can try to take credit for that award, and Jermell Charlo is done. It's over. It's over. Jermell Charlo is already training with somebody else already. He's not going to be training with you, man. He might be on the whatever. He's not going to be training with you for this fight camp because he's working on his defense. He's working on his movement. You just want a fighter to stand in front of his opponent and get beat on. Come on, man. Y'all got to admire these instructions.
Fucking slow for you. All right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You can stay on the inside, catch and counter.
He don't have nothing left. Stay on the inside, catch and counter. Catch and counter. Turn that lead jab into a hook. Oh my God, man. He made Derrick James look like the overrated coach and fighter he is, bro. Bomac, goddamn, he gave instruction. He blew the ears off of Derrick James, man. He said, you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. Y'all can talk about Cheetos and Big Macs all you want. Aerosexuals. What did that have to do with what you witnessed? The man gave pertinent instructions, man, to a soldier. And the soldier went out on the battlefield and ended up getting it clear. He closed with and destroyed the enemy, yo. A clear win for history. This shit is unbelievable. One of the best displays I've seen in a long time. of pure deliberate domination, y'all. Deliberate domination. This was one of the best displays, performances of deliberate domination, legally, contractually. Bud Crawford went up here and put hands on Spence and made that dude look like he was 68 and a half years old. Errol Spence looked like a Cuban yesterday. He looked like a Cuban. Look, forget what Ugas looked like. Bud Crawford made Errol Spence age in there, bro. Don't them eyes look just as red as strawberry season? Then I tell you, it was strawberry, all that hate, and Spence quits. Oh, wow. Did he not? All the hate, y'all. They could not mess with Youngin. They can't tussle with Youngin. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. 2-time undisputed in 2023. It's a wrap. It's over. You got to put some respect on this man's name, man. Pound for pound #1. This was a thumbnail months ago, man. Pound for pound #1. Put respect on his name. Y'all got to put respect on Terrence Crawford's name. Real talk. Heavy is the head who wears the MF and crown, yo. Heavy is the head who wears the MF and crown. You can't say it just without adding MF and crown after that performance last night. That was absolutely a beat down, y'all. And shout out to my run-ins, encounters with Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I truly appreciate that, champ. Yes, sir. I truly appreciate having the opportunity and the privilege and the honor to encounter greatness as much time as I did. I totally appreciate that. Thank you there, Terrence Bud Crawford. Appreciate that. One love to you. Your flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm going to have to make a collage of all the times that I've taken a picture with the champ. Yes, I am in the process of making my own collage. Why? Because I appreciate it. I'm thankful. I was able to this man is one of this era's all-time greats, man. Good guy. And what he had to go through was absolutely despicable. You know what I'm saying? Now you believe what I put this up. Welcome to retirement celebration, honoring Errol Spence Jr. Now this is coming to fruition, huh? Now it's coming to fruition. Now this right here that was out weeks ago, now it looks somewhat similar to last night, huh? Boy. That shit looks like it was absolutely on the money. Even the referee kind of resembled Harvey Dock. If you're using your peripheral vision and you don't look directly at him, Jesus Christ, man. What did I say? It's always been about greatness. What did I say? This was weeks ago. It's always been about greatness, y'all. 40-0, 31 knockouts, 2-time undisputed. It's always been about greatness, man. Always been about greatness. That's fact. A ATG, y'all. Y'all talking about y'all ain't a fan of the fighter? I am. They was coming out to, oh, you gotta know the sport. I'm a fan of the fighter. Are you still a fan of the fighter? Are you after getting his ass whooped like that, huh? BFTB, ETB, Dookie, Blue, huh? Are you mad you switched up? Because that used to be your man back in the day. Are you mad? You say he was your absolute favorite. Now that he's freaking undisputed again, is he your absolute favorite once again? Because you don't want to fuck around and switch up again now. You don't want to fuck around and switch up again. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Blue Blood. He was on deck in Vegas from the room headquarters. And as the fight got closer, he started to say, Spence look a little different. And no. Now, what you was witnessing is the pre-anesthesia. You know what I'm saying? That you was experiencing. You was trying to numb yourself for the ass whooping so you wouldn't feel it as much as his fans felt it. That's all you was trying to do. You was a little bit woozy. And you start coming up with all these excuses to my it just doesn't look right. There's something wrong. No, no, no. What was wrong was you, along with Arrow, was feeling the same way. You knew he was about to get this ass whooping, and you just didn't want to goddamn own up to it. The superhero came into your life once in a generation, and he was black out of Omaha, baby. You know what I'm saying? Once in a generation, a black superhero arises, and that's what happened. Terrence Bud Crawford, two-time undisputed, baby. I'm sounding like Curtis Blow up in this shit. I'm sounding like the Fat Boys back in the day. Nope, never been a beatboxer, but I will today. Do we really need to look at this anymore? No, I need to delete that. We don't need that. That's not even relevant anymore. That's not even true. That's not even true. But this is Terrence Crawford winning by TKO round 9. What was that again? Another love TKO. Another love TKO. It was it another love TKO? Huh? Y'all was over there. I heard her say, TKOs don't mean nothing. I heard light skin over there, light skin. TKOs don't mean nothing. Terrence, I mean, that don't mean nothing. Who did he fight? He ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody. Arrow, he goes in there and he collect ribs and eyes. He break fighters down. But what about the TKO though? Y'all had me up here explaining, going back to grade school when I actually had to raise my hand in class and say, "Excuse me, can I explain to the class what a TKO is and a KO?" That's not part of the curriculum today, but I don't know why you want to do it right now. I mean, it's not part of. I mean, just do your ABCs. No, no, no. You don't understand. They don't understand what technical means, ma'am. Like technical, they don't know what adjectives and nouns are. Well, this is not exactly English class. I know, but I need to explain to them that the influence on an adjective and a noun, and it's still the same. You know what I'm saying? They don't quite get it. They think there's less punishment when it comes to a technical knockout than a knockout. When a knockout, it was proven that a fighter can still be coherent and conscious, but he is hurting to the point where he can't make the count. Whereas in technical knockout, as we seen yesterday, Errol Spence was disorientated. He was in a bad place. There was no way that he could continue. And a lot of people would say that it was a TKO because they say that right there, right? But a lot of people would say that Errol Spence was in a worse place than Sean Porter. Sean Porter was angry, beating the canvas. Spence was falling all around into the ropes, looking like Rolly. It's funny how he was there at the Rolly fight too. He was there for Gervonta Davis and Rolly. And damn near they had the same dance teacher, man. Seriously. I can't make this up. Errol Spence Terrence Crawford earned the TKO over Errol Spence, and Errol Spence was in worse condition than Kell Brook, who was on his knee. Kell Brook was on his knee. Yes, his eye was fucked up, but he couldn't make the count. It was a KO. It was a knockout. But Harvey Dock, once again, Terrence Crawford put these fighters in a predicament where they can no longer defend themselves, and the referee has to step in. That is called punishment. That is called punishment. You have to be rescued. And that's exactly what we seen last night, y'all. They had to be rescued. people, y'all have to do me a favor, if you don't mind. I have less than 100 likes on this morning's live. This is a special live because it's the aftermath of one of the biggest fights. Y'all need to get the likes up, please. Stop it. You know, I've been keeping the same energy about Crawford forever and a day. A lot of you all was on the outside looking in, and every then you'll spray some Windex on the window just so you can wipe a little, so you can peek into the dang domain and see what was going on. Can y'all get the likes up to over 100? I would truly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I would truly appreciate it. We have 120 in the building. Let's get the likes up, people. Stop playing now. Stop playing. Get the likes up now. Now, I want to bring up something else. Hold up for a second. Hold on for a second. Let me bring this up. And for those of you that may not been around, I did, supersede 10,000 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. It's been a great journey all the way up. It was meant to be. Yes, sir. It was meant to be. All the way up. It was meant to be. All the way up to this fight. It was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound King Bud Myers. Salute. Boxing channel. Peace W says, peace to you, brother. Ali, counterpunch demonstration was a clinical performance. I agree, man. It was clinical. And along with that clinic was what I mentioned about Bomac. We definitely got to show love to the entire team who did their job. And they proved that it's better to have a team than just me. You know what I'm saying? When you have a just me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, in team, it is a me. But that doesn't mean you're going to get the same results as a team. He needs to get a team because he had to learn something. Just for the mere fact of seeing Terrence Crawford wrap his own hands, and he's been doing this for a long time, y'all. And then to see Derrick James rapping, how is Bud Crawford wrapping his hands on the eve of one of the biggest fights of his career? Who gave him the confidence to wrap his own mitts? Those paws. What's the hell wrong with this guy? He's already considered to be immortal, one of the ATGs of this era. This guy's up here wrapping his own hands, man. And Spence is over there with me, coach me, wrapping hands, mitts, and then go in there and give some of the most irrelevant instructions. He gave Errol Spence some instructions. You got to make him feel you. How is a fighter going to listen to these type of instructions and say, you know what, I'm trying to find a way to get on the inside? And then what did Spence do? He tried to get on the inside and do the same thing he did with any other fighter. You bogus, did he? Derrick James is bogus, bro. He told Spence, you got to make him feel you. He's going out there trying to get on the inside, trying to land the punches. And Terrence knows and sees everything. He's seeing everything to Spence. They already know you're going to try to push forward. He's not allowing you to get that. I think it was points in there where Terrence say, yeah, I like to feel your body punches. He dipped in the corner one time and Spence was able to get off like 3 body punches. And the crazy part about it, he blocked them. He blocked most of them with his arms. When he turned Spence, he turned them at will. It was easy. It was freaking easy, bro. He turned Spence at will. But bogus Derrick James, he said you have to make him feel you. What kind of instructions is that, bro? That's one of the weakest period of instructions. And we used to say in the military, the POI, the period of instructions. That's the weakest, bro. Your evaluation is over. You have failed, bro. The gig is up. If I was y'all over there in the world class furniture store, man, y'all need to run. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, you need to run. Ryan Garcia, you need to run. Run, Forrest, run. You need to run real quick. I don't know where you're going to run to. You need to run the running Shields, Joanne Guzman, one of them. If that's the type of defense y'all looking for, and y'all want to see the type of damage that's delegated there, Ryan, if you want this to be you, Ryan Garcia, you stay right there and continue to lock yourself in with Diddy James. If you want to age just like this guy right here, you go right ahead and do that. You go right ahead. If you want to be behind on the scorecard your next fight, you go right ahead and do that. Stay over there with Diddy James because he love pretending like he know what the hell he's talking about. Hey, I guess he ain't talking about no weight no more except the one on his motherfucking chest, because that ass whooping he took last night, that's going to sit on his chest like heartburn. Look at this beatdown, y'all. It's almost like Crawford's hair didn't even get messed up, bro. This is a beatdown, bro. Real talk. For those of you that may not have been on the panel yesterday and might have been asleep, I am definitely dropping the link to see and hear. I want to hear from those of you that witnessed the beatdown, man. I just want to hear from the people that feel excited and jubilant like myself to witness history, to be a part of history. You know what I'm saying? This is a part of history for one of the greatest fighters ever. We was able to watch it, y'all. He's the first. Now, this is one of the first time in 140 he was the first. But he was the first to do it as a male boxer for two-time undisputed. I be goddamn. If God ain't be the glory, man, shout out to Omaha, Nebraska. The team, y'all got that shit done. Let me get to this chat. I don't know where he at. I ain't looking for him either because I know he was on some bullshit anyway. Where's dumbass Fanon at? Who knows? Up there talking all that bullshit. He was landing that baby Omaha juke hook. Let me see. He inside counters off Spence slow, lazy jab was crazy. Man, Bud seen everything that Spence was throwing. No more hiding, Derrick James. The jig is up. Wartime. It was bad. It was bad, man. I read Bud landed 62% of his power punches. That's crazy. Man, he didn't have no other choice when the target is slow and lethargic and getting beat up like Errol. Come on, man. I know a lot of people in church this morning for all the wrong reasons, but hopefully when you leave, your heart feel right. It feel lighter than what it did before. Lit for Life Film, what's good? Blessings WCS Team TBC. Yes, sir. What's good? What's good? It would have been good to see y'all over here while we was low crawling in the trenches, while we was goddamn repelling resistance from insurgency. We had aerosexual insurgency. Where are y'all at on this Sunday? Usually y'all be up here talking about the fight. I guess y'all don't have too much to talk about unless you're gonna humble yourselves, huh? Humble. Come on, humble yourselves. I want to hear the business part of it too. Come on, man. I know my guy, Manager Marty. I know you out there, Manager Marty. Come on, D-Town Boxing. You was over here, D-Town. Where you at, D-Town? Hey, D-Town, you welcome, man. The link is in the chat. Come on, man. I got to hear what y'all have to say. Because y'all was over there talking about what Crawford can't do, what he shouldn't do, what he can't do, what he didn't do. What he shouldn't do, what he can't do, what he wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? What about last night? Come on, D-Town Boxing. You was in my chat. You was in there talking so much shit. D-Town Boxing. You said that y'all was gonna have crawfish. Hey, matter of fact, where's Ben Israel? Huh? Where you at, Ben Israel? You talking about you had all that money on the fight. Where's Ben Israel? Talking about, hey, shalom, shalom. Crawford gonna get that ass. Where's Ben Israel at? Where you at? Where are all the trolls, man? Why is my chat not roaming with strays right now? Why? Where's all the strays, y'all? Y'all don't want to come over here in celebration? Come on, man. We was doing this long before the fight. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you that shit was going down like that. W says, I thought that Bud would beat Errol by TKO, but I didn't think Bud would blast through Errol like that. I did, bro. I told him it was going to be easier than goddamn Sean Porter. I said it, man. I said this fight was going to be easier than Sean Porter. Because I've witnessed Sean Porter switch up his fighting style. The way Sean Porter fought Adrian Granados is not the same way that he fought Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? The way he fought Danny Garcia is similar to the way that he fought Terrence Crawford. But if you go back to how he fought Adrian Granados and how he fought Adrian Broner, the two Adrians, he fought them the same way he fought Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? That come forward style and so forth. So the one thing I knew about Sean Porter is that he can switch it up just a little bit. And he did. He wasn't all in trying to get in the chest, trying to make him feel you. What kind of instructions is that, Diddy? You got to make him feel you. Dude, he's getting pummeled. Did you not hear those instructions that Bo Mack was given? Bo Mack was through a different lens. I know I played it like Father. Did you hear him assess round after round after round? He said he's too slow. Bo Mack was giving him instructions to complement the last instructions, to complement the next instructions, to complement the results. That's what Bo Mack was doing. Kudos to him, man. He was giving informative instructions, so to speak. Conducive instructions. I have to continue to let you know what that was, man. Shout out to Christopher White on deck. What's good with it?
What's up? What's up, WCS?
I'm good,
Hey,
bro.
man. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon, bro.
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, what about you?
Hey, man. I want to salute you as well, man. You know, a lot of guys were saying it was a 50-50 fight. It wasn't even close, man. Terrence Crawford, he put a classic on in a masterpiece to these guys, man. And I want to salute to him as well, Terrence Crawford, man. Pound and pound #1 in the world, man.
Yes, sir. I never thought it was a 50-50 fight, bro. I tried to tell people.
Yeah,
I said, this is not a
at first
50-50 fight.
Yeah, I was like, WCS, he was like, nah, I ain't a 50-50. I was like, at first I was like, yeah, and then I was like, nah, you hit that right on the ball, WCS, man. And I want to salute to the chat as well. Man, long time waiting, man, 5 years, man. And, you know, I just wanted to salute you too, WCS, man.
Appreciate you, big dog. It was a long time waiting, but it was worth it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I had a party over here, had the fish, had some wings. You know, my whole family over here supporting Crawford. And we was all those knockouts, man. You know,
Yeah.
It was it was kind of rowdy over here. I hope they don't try to evict me after the fight, but you know.
Oh man, I can't imagine how rowdy it was, especially in the second round when he got knocked. Man, being around your folk too, man, I knew it was rowdy over there, man.
Man, absolutely.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you pulling up though. It ain't, hey, we knew. Hey, we knew,
Yep.
man.
Absolutely. All right, man. See you, WCS. I'll be listening in the background, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you pulling up as always. Salute.
All right. Peace.
Two-time undisputed. We need to make that known. Two-time undisputed people in the chat. You know, hit the like button. I appreciate you. And it's a lot of people that pulled up today on this Sunday. And yeah, it's gonna get way worse than that. Squad Jones on that. I see you. Gertz, Gumby. I was telling them they was making a mistake picking Errol. No, man, sometimes you just have to let people lose money and then get slapped in the face at the same time and land on a cactus. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You have to put them out there like that. You have to put them out there. Some people don't understand what that's like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people can't process the vision. They just process the now. They just say, okay, I'm just gonna listen to whatever's going on right here. I'm not really a hardcore boxing fan or whatever that term is. I'm not doing enough research. I'm not looking at freaking film. I'm not looking past my bias. I wasn't biased, bro. I just said it wasn't a 50-50 fight because I just seen Crawford is that much better than Spence. The way he carried himself, the way he treats his body, how he's preserved the wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? How he goes in here and dominate his opponents based off ring IQ and his physical attributes that happen to be on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? You have to praise somebody like that. His physical attributes, along with his mental blade, man, is extremely sharp. This man boxing IQ was too much for Diddy James. Diddy James couldn't outthink Crawford, and he couldn't outcoach Bomac. That's my words. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it, and it showed. This man couldn't outcoach Bomac, but he can sit up there and talk about they need to make a super heavyweight division. What kind of division they need to make for you? They All Access showed you running on the road. They showed Diddy James running on the road because it's all about him. But that nigga still couldn't show up to the arena at the T-Mobile in Las Vegas and outcoach the same dude who you was talking about how big he was. How big was those damn instructions that he was giving to Crawford? You make yourself look like the biggest overrated coach in the boxing business. Real talk. Not to mention he's an asshole, man. He's an asshole straight up and down like that. He's a freaking impulsive. He's always getting mad about shit. You need to get mad at yourself and say, hey, you want to be a part of everything. You have insecurities. You don't want nobody else around your freaking plan to build up this ultimate gym because you're forgetting you're one person. You said 3 other people helped him get to Terrence Crawford's undisputed. You didn't give Bomac credit. Do you give him credit now? Do you give Bomac credit for spanking you, man? Like you was a little brother. He spanked you like you was a little brother. Terrence Crawford spanked Spence like he was the parent, like he was his daddy. Bomac spanked you like you was an intern. You busy up here talking about size, bro, but you didn't. You underestimate the size of his boxing IQ. Bomac, he coached circles around you last night. He gave instructions to compliment to continue to step above what he's seeing in each round to get the results. You up there talking about, hey, you got to make him feel you. He is. Crawford was feeling him. Every time his glove touched Spence in the face, he felt the contact. God damn it. He felt it. He felt it. Spence should have hired Kenny Porter. At least he would have stopped the fight. I like that's slick a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At least Kenny Porter would have stopped the fight. But we know Derrick James, man, he didn't care. Diddy James didn't care to stop that fight, bro. What did we talk about before the fight? What did we talk about? I said DJ was not going to stop the fight because it'll make him look bad stopping the fight. You know what I'm saying? I guess he don't watch film and he definitely don't watch movies either. You know what I'm saying? Because I played the audio. Throw in a damn towel. Throw in a damn towel. We heard that, right? He let Spence continue to get his ass beat, man. When the doctor looked at Spence in round 5, bro. Round 5, they was looking at Spence and say, hey now. Looking a little bad for you. DJ was so selfish that he let the fight go on until the referee stopped it. When Spence was getting, look, even Terrence Crawford saw that Errol Spence didn't have shit for him, right? Errol Spence, after getting dropped in 7th round, even Crawford took round 8 and just cruise control, not to put a beating on this nigga anymore. And then he said, "Yep, this is when I close the show as always. Pop, 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 bing, bing, bang, pop, pop, pop." It was like goddamn put some popcorn in the microwave. Curriculum, knowledge. Derrick James is the most overrated boxing coach in the business today. The most overrated heading into this fight. He's gotten away with the management part of it, with the manufacturing of a fighter. Errol Spence was manufactured. They lined up the titles after Keith Thurman went on hiatus, and they was able to line him up to get the titles. But like I said, the easy route ruined the man. And I was absolutely right on that. Easy route ruined Spence, bro. Because him and his people didn't have enough to understand. They wasn't even thinking about it. They probably didn't care. They said it's better him than me. They didn't even care that how tough it was going to be for Spence to leave Texas over to Vegas to drop this weight. I don't know if anybody ever sat down and talked with Spence and say, "Hey, it's going to be difficult for you leaving Texas, going to Vegas to drop this weight." I don't know if anybody talked with Spence to let him know how difficult it was going to be to leave Texas to Vegas to drop this weight. I don't know if anybody gave him the common courtesy, bro. What did I say? I said that it was going to be tough for him to get into the same condition that he did with Ugas because he didn't have the home sauce. And some people, I remember Rachel Donaire. She said, "Oh, so what are you saying? The commission?" No, I'm saying what you seen last night. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, miss. That's what I'm saying. He leaves Texas. He don't have the home cooked meal and the home sauce, and he goes somewhere else outside of that backyard where he, felt all that comfort. And you seen him get smashed. Period. OP Gamer, I see you. What's good? Good afternoon, bro.
What up?
OP, what up with you? How you feeling, man?
Hold on, let me close that out. Man, you see the judges? You see the judges?
Yeah.
You see the judges? They wanted to rob Bud all night. They had Cheatham. They had Sutherland. They had Moretti.
So what are you saying they want to rob him? They couldn't rob him in the performance. That's the scorecards right there.
That's what I'm saying, though. If that shit went to a decision.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. It would have been concerns. Absolutely.
Yo, I had Bud in the 4th and the 9th. I got the bag. Salute to you and your channel. You like built me up because the popular decision was all Errol. I swear to God, man. There were like 3 channels calling for Bud. You were one of them, bro.
Damn, appreciate that, man. What was the other 2? Don't say Showbiz the adult. Don't say Showbiz the adult, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Man, no, he turned. I even said to him, I said, "Man, you're kind of turning on this. Usually you give even analysis of both fighters."
I think it has more to do with him being a betting, being sponsored by a betting, whatever he's with, a betting. So he just want to, I don't know, he just want to keep people on the edge and be showbiz. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with it,
I think he saw the popular opinion was for Spence.
Yeah, true.
And he wanted those views.
So
I'm sorry, there's a bit of lag, man. I don't want to fuck up your show any more than I need to. I just wanted to say peace. I hope everyone got to the bag. And I'll be in the back lurking.
A question before you leave. You bet it the 9th round for knockout?
I bet the 4th and the 9th. And man, Bud could have Bud, I swear, if he laid the hammer down in the fourth, there was like a 40-second window where he could have ended that shit in the fourth.
That's true. That's true because the doctors did come in the fifth and check him out because he was already
Yeah,
swelling up.
exactly. You know, man. You already know.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you pulling up there, OP Gamer. You know what I'm saying? Salute
Peace
to you,
out.
brother. No doubt.
All right, brother.
Peace to you, bro.
Peace out.
Hey, Justin Booker said Yellow Beezy bet his house. I bet he did. That must have been a trailer. That must have been an old trailer that he only go over there every now and then, and he got some shoes stashed up in there. He said, "Oh, let me see what I'm wearing today. Damn, I need to get somebody in here to clean this shit up." It was this little trailer home that he got out there. You know what I'm saying? Incognito. Bud was the bigger man. Same without Fulton anyway. Sorry if y'all had Fulton. I love Cool Boy stuff, but Anui is different, and Crawford is on another level. Yeah, Anui, he was hoping. Now we have potentially Anui becoming, down the line 2 division. And once again, Crawford is leading the way. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to this undisputed, he was back there with B-Hop and Jermaine Taylor, right? So now you're gonna have potentially Anui. And I want to put Jamel Charlo in there just because he has a bout coming up for the 168-pound titles. But you know damn well he ain't winning that fight. But hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but I just don't see Jamel Charlo going in there and beating Canelo. But what I do like ultimately on this Sunday, though, is the fact that y'all know when I was talking about black fighters, how they need to be the ones that's being pursued. They do. They need to be the ones. You know how I hyped up what Gervonta was able to do, and I was happy that Gervonta was able to go in there and get the bag and everything with Ryan Garcia. I was happy, but he's sort of kind of in pursuit. They're pursuing him. I said black fighters need to be in pursuit. They need to pay attention to what T.O. has going on. I was saying this. You need to find a way on how to be the Canelo of boxing. Not Canelo as the boxer, but the Canelo in boxing. You need people pursuing you for a shot. And not just anybody pursuing you, okay? We're talking about fights that make sense and fights that's going to make money. That's what we want. And Crawford has gotten to a point where, okay, in the heat of it all, Errol Spence say he wants the rematch. Okay. He say he's going to be in better shape. He's going to do this. You have 15 months, bro. You have 15 months. And you said the inactivity didn't mean anything because you've been there, done that. And you didn't mean it. I get it. But at the end of the day, if Crawford don't give you that, I know the Errol section was going to say, oh, he don't want to. It don't matter. When it counted, he beat that ass. When it counted, he whooped his ass, bro. That wasn't just a fight. That wasn't just a TKO, as they call it. That was a knockout. That was an ass whooping, a beating, a thrashing. That was a beat down. He beat that boy down, man. So when it comes down to this rematch and all that, right now Crawford is being pursued. It's going to be pursued by a lot of people. Now that he's an undisputed champion, we'll see in 30 days if they're going to have another one at the end of the year. If they do, I'm not really mad at it because what's better, seeing Spence get his ass whooped once or seeing him get his ass whooped twice? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Come on now. Come on, man. What's worse? I mean, what's better entertainment? Seeing him get his ass beat last night and seeing him get beat again. Look, it's gonna be torturous if they fight again by the end of the year. His people, listen, you need to get with your management team and see if it's beneficial to know what Crawford's gonna do. I hope Crawford, doesn't satisfy. Well, I'll take that back. I have to look at it like this too. It's a chance for two black fighters once again to make money a second time. Okay. So I'm not going to overlook that because that's extremely important. You have to put that in priority. You have to prioritize that. Why? Because both fighters are at the age they are right now, right? Furthermore, even though some people may not want to see the fight, a rematch, because of how it looked the first time around, you have to look. It's certain fighters in history, certain matchups where it's been lopsided like this, and then the second fight comes back around, and you get to see a little bit of improvement or whatever. We was able to see that Devin Haney and George Kambosos over there in Australia. I'm just giving you an example, whatever, right? But one thing about Crawford, that I mentioned this before, he doesn't have fights on his resume where he's rematched. And not only that, he's really never had a fight, an opponent name on his resume that really piques the interest of the people or himself to rematch. These black fighters also, like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder rematched Tyson Fury. He fought him 3 times. Bud really doesn't have fighters on his resume that he fought more than once. Gervonta Davis don't have people on his resume he fought more than once. You know what I'm saying? Charlo had no other recourse except to fight Brian Castano twice because he was going for undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to fighting these fighters twice, I'm not totally against Crawford going in there, but he beat Errol Spence so bad. Do the people really want to see a rematch? Yeah, they're going to look at it. Why? Because the aerosexuals are going to come from underneath the grave, right? Because right now they're crying. They're using up the last bit of oxygen because when them caskets close, you know what I'm saying? The air becomes very, very limited in there. They went up in hiding and shit. They're extremely mad. They don't want to pay their bets. They went out there and put up fake ass headstones. Hey man, you heard so-and-so passed away? Yeah. Just out of nowhere, man. They just disappeared. Well, I did hear they had that open bet, though. They lost money on Spence. Oh shit. I know where they hiding out at then. I knew something was wrong with that grave site. They got them motherfuckers hiding out, y'all. And if this fight is made, they'll slowly but surely start to peek their little beady eyes out and start looking around the area. They're going to do it again. I got a chance to make my money back. Oh my God. I wonder, is my house still there? I wonder if they changed the locks and put the eviction notice on it yet. They got the aerosexuals out there that was betting the house, right? Y'all was betting all them racks, right? God damn, he took an ass beating, boy. Boy, he took an ass beating. That's what I'm looking at. Is the people gonna want to see the fight after looking at it? Yeah, I think they are, but I don't think they want to see it if the fight's gonna be at 147. Seriously, I don't think they're gonna say, okay, well, knowing damn well that Spence is not gonna have the rematch in Texas, first of all. I don't care if Terrence Crawford won 2-time undisputed. He's not going to satisfy this dude by having a fight in Texas. Fuck all that. Goddamn Crawford just stumped on the Cowboys, Jared Jones, all them cats, man, that had faith in Spence. He just stumped on them yesterday in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? In Vegas, man. Come on, bro. He stumped on talking about the Cowboys, the Pivot Podcast. The Pivot Podcast talking about, hey, we got money on you there. I bet y'all hurting right now, too. The Pivot Podcast had money on freaking Errol. Well, what I say, Pivot Podcast, $1 million worth of game, please have Bud Crawford back on your podcast in the upcoming weeks so you can talk about his resume again there, Gilly. Wallow, yes. You know what I'm saying? Ryan, Crowder. You know what I'm saying? Have the man do the courtesy. to have this man back on your podcast because he deserves it. He absolutely deserves to be back on your podcast to talk about how he deliberately beat this man down into submission. Y'all need to have Crawford on your podcast for a follow-up because you all didn't have faith in him. Stephen A. Smith predicted Crawford when he was on the grounds in Vegas. But he said, my pick may change by tomorrow. But right now I got Crawford. But tomorrow my pick may change. I'm just letting you know. I don't know if he changed his pick or not, but he did pick Crawford when they put the mic in front of him. You know what I'm saying? He did pick Crawford. I don't know he switched up at the last minute, but I can tell you somebody who got paid, Rick Ross. Oh, Rick Ross. Oh, shit. I know he got paid because he was like, shit. Come on, man. Lil Boosie. I know Boosie put money on there, man. I know Boosie put his money on there. Real talk. No, man, even Arrow said it. When you beat a man so bad like last night, it's different than Porter dad or the ref jumping in early, which didn't happen. Hey, man, I said Diddy wasn't going to throw in the towel. He too selfish for that. He's thinking more about himself than he is Spence. That's all. Spence need to go over there with Guzman and leave Derrick James. You know what I'm saying? Leave Derrick James. He need to leave. Real talk. He need to get away from that. He need to go over there with Guzman and teach him how to move and have better foot movement. You know what I'm saying? Crawford, everything, him and Bomac as a team. You know what I'm saying? When Derrick James mentioned the team, he excoriated them for having a team, y'all. He said it took 3 of y'all to get him there. But that's what teams do. They work together. It's cohesiveness. It's a bond. You know what I'm saying? The communication lines are clear. They are communicating. They are working effectively. With Derrick James, he's just all about him. I mean, bro, look at that shit. How efficacious is it for Derrick James to be the only one? How does that benefit your fighters? You being the only one, you got to train everybody, bro. You're selfish, man. You selfish. You are extremely selfish, man. I've been so polite trying to just tell people this isn't one-sided. If anything, Bud has the edge. I was disrespected every step of the way. Revenge is sweet. Got the bag. Casuals holding that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gamer, for real. Revenge is sweet, boy. Especially last night, seeing that shit play out. How many times did the ref warn EJ about the low shots? Hey, absolutely, Nick. Look, like I said, what I say about Arrow, I say he's going to try to throw low blows to freaking slow down the pace. Man, Crawford wasn't worried about that shit. Bud wasn't worried about no low blows. He knew the shit was coming. He knew he was going to start with dirty tactics. You know, another fighter, man, like I'm not a fan of Esau Cruz, man. I liked him before. I'm not a fan of his because he kept with that headbutt shit. What do you do that at, bro? What do you do that at, man? But from him, the way he fights everybody must be frustrating for all concerned while in the ring. Man, he just made it look easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me go up here. Let me see. I want to give some fun facts. Hold on for a second.
You got hurt by getting bull. Yeah. You got hurt by a Campo. You got hurt by a Campo. I got hurt by a Campo. And you got hurt by a Campo. And you got hurt by a Campo. When? We seen you get wobbly, like. We seen you get wobbly. Then what? We seen you. Hood after that. It don't matter. Hood after that. Wait till I hit you. Sorry. You gonna look like Benavidez. You. Yeah, one leg. You gonna look like one leg. Yeah, one leg. I'm gonna make you mistake your leg.
What you want to bet on it? What you want to bet on? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. What you talking about? There it goes. We're talking crazy. That's up. Hey, this nigga still put. Can I get a picture of myself? This nigga still owe me a one-on-one. You gotta get a picture of my boy. He still owe me my one-on-one. Yeah, he still owe me my one-on-one. Bob, we're making a fight happen. Can I get 10%? No. First of all, Bob said he said Al don't exist. So how you gonna make the fight happen? Al don't exist. He said Al does not exist. What? You said in an article. You said Al doesn't exist.
We're not talking about that. I'm just bringing up old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a second. Y'all gonna love this, Roach. Hey, y'all gonna love this. I'm just, you know, basically rubbing it in. You know what I'm saying? Just like icy hot. Just like, you know, just rubbing it in.
Even though they 2 years old, 2 years apart from each other. Man, he aged Bud out, man. He waited till Bud got old, man. And then he wanted to fight him, man. He aged him out, man. Look, man, he aged him. They're gonna have all kind of excuses until Bud got his ass completely beat. He got beat the fuck up by the better man.
Man, come on. I just got too many of this bro, it's just too much of it out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much out here.
Terrence Crawford, for one, Terrence Crawford didn't even know my partnership with BOK Prime at the time he saw me in 7-Eleven.
We don't care. We don't care about any of that. We don't care about the partnership. We don't care about what people didn't know. We don't care about everything that was said that, you know, Bud don't use all his skills, so he's not the smartest fighter. We proved that not only is Crawford has high ring IQ, but his coach and Crawford together is lethal. God damn lethal. Is this fight gonna happen coming up at the end? Like I said, I don't know. You know, you know, the way he was talking shit to Jamel Charlo over there, punking his ass out. Oh my God, it was priceless. We had to repel the enemy assault by fire in close combat. Absolutely, man. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it, man. And look, we help casualties. You know what I'm saying? We help casualties. Bud, you know, really helped them. He said, okay, let me just take round 8 off to see if he can give me anything else. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Shout out to Juice Lee, big dog, with the $50 super chat on deck. One love to you, Juice Lee. Thanks for your support. I heard Spence was involved in a 3rd car accident last night. Head-on collision. I told y'all Bud hit harder than Dallas Concrete. Damn, he said, I told y'all Bud hit harder than Dallas Concrete. That is absolutely just hilarious, man. That's disrespectful as shit on a Sunday. Damn. He's comparing Dallas Concrete to them paws that Bud wraps up himself now. What better way to preserve them paws? Man, Bud put that man in the concrete once again. Damn. He put him all over the place. He was beating him over. Oh my God. I kind of gave a little breakdown of the canvas, bro. You know what I'm saying? The canvas etiquette for real. I ain't gonna lie to you, Juice. That shit, that would be his fourth car accident or something like that. That would be his fourth one. And look, Juice, you have to ask yourself, does he have PTSD after this? Because you know how he said when he get close to the walls, you know, he have PTSD. Well, when he see Bud Crawford and in front of him, does he have flashbacks? Is he gonna have flashbacks when them paws was being put on him and he seen them punches coming but couldn't do anything about it? I'm just curious. I'm just very curious, man. But shout out to Juice Lee, man. One love, brother. Thanks for supporting the channel with the $50 super chat in the building. Yes, sirree. No doubt, man. Hit the like button in the building. Big salute, hands down, palms down. Salute to the supporters. You know what I'm saying? Who was rocking out with the channel. We did the damn thing. The hottest in the game. You know who you are. The hottest in the game. We stood on our square. We knew this beatdown was imminent. We knew it, man. Stop playing. We knew this beatdown was imminent. I thought it was going to be in the 6th. I was just 3 off. God damn it. I was just 3 rounds off. Fuck it. Damn, 9 minutes, man. Less than 9 minutes. Shit. The scary part is it almost looked like Bud took his foot off the gas and cared more about EJ's health than Diddy James. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree in the 8th. He did take his foot off the gas, Jameson. You are on line with observation with that. He was looking out for Errol. He knew the shit was just one-sided. It was too easy. It was too easy. Look, he seen and smelt the blood. He seen Errol Spence's face. He said, this dude, I feel bad for him. I don't want to beat him down too bad he can't go back to his family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Errol, you should be happy that you was in there with the fighter like Bud, because Bud actually has a heart. He actually took the 8th round off for no reason. Just to give people a little bit more hope. Say, oh, okay, this was Spence. When Spence didn't do shit in the 8th round, Bud's like, you know what? I'm not carrying you anymore, man. I'm getting you up out of here. He made that shit look so easy. Got him. Done. Bud should rematch and beat him in Texas. That would be a classic. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I don't think he should. Real talk. The reason being is, why should Bud have to go over to Texas, though? I mean, why should he go over to Texas? He already done beat this man on a bigger stage in Vegas. Why should he go to Texas? I'm just saying, man. Why should he appease, placate? You know, why should he accommodate? Why should he go over to Texas when they're definitely not gonna make more money over in Texas? After Bud beat that ass, he's the A side now, bro. He's gonna want the bag too. Errol really acted like he believed that Bob thought Al didn't exist. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Them cats, man. That was a classic video that it'll go down in history to when they put it all together, when they pieced the compilation together for a doc and they put the documentary out. Then you know it'll seem good. It'll fit right in there until what happened last night. It'll fit right in there, nice and good until what happened last night, and then it's over. It's over. Seriously, it's over. Esau was trying to pretend he was jumping to shake his hands. He was fighting dirty. It took me back to Mayweather and Victor Ortiz, man. I didn't like that bullshit he was doing. The fight was boring. He was landing some shots on Giovanni, but one thing about Esau, you're the shorter fighter. Go to the body, dog. You know what I'm saying? Go to the body. Damn. You a headhunter, bro. What's going on? Trick Notes in the building. W says, what's good? Breaking news. Rapper and music icon LL Cool J has reported one of his L's missing. Rumor is last night, Errol Spence Jr. was spotted with it last night after his fight with Bud Crawford. Man, did LL lose one, dog? Damn. I have to agree, man. That shit was crazy. If he did indeed, if the hip hop legend did lose an L, at least he know he can get it back. Maybe that's just something that Errol Spence has to take to bed with him that night, just to let it all soak in when they nursing him. Because I know that last night, but I know that face was swole all to be damned. But one thing I know about Spence and how he say he been out of pocket his whole life. What I know is that he don't care, bro. Listen, Spence was freaking broke down to a whole nother level the other night. Spence been talking about he didn't want to die in the ring. He want to spend time with his family. Listen, I get it, but also I was hard on him because the very same people that you want to be and include in your life as being important was there before you start making these decisions. You just have dudes in life that want to live on the edge and they just feel that they can get away with anything. You know what I'm saying? They just feel they can get away with anything. And Spence probably looked at this like, yeah, I took the L. Even the greats lose, but I got paid. I got the money. I think ultimately Spence knew he was in need of a big fight. Money was running, money was coming out. You know what I'm saying? So the good thing I look at it as far as a black man to another black man is that he said he wanted to take his dad to Africa. I heard him even mention Dubai. So he gonna get the check. He gonna take his dad to Africa, Dubai, and the swelling's gonna be going down. They're gonna be walking around, and not too many people gonna talk to him about the fight because it happens in boxing. But it's gonna be a little bit different than him because he's been humbled so much that Spencer's gonna come back and say, he was a better man. Like he say, he's a better man. But no, what you should say is like, hey, he was a better man and he whooped my ass tonight. In boxing, sometimes you get your ass whooped by the better fighter. And he beat my ass tonight. But I'll be back. I would have liked him to say that. He said he was a better man. He's a better man. You know what I'm saying? But when that conversation comes up, when that conversation comes up, bro, when you return back to the ring, your conversation is going to be worse than Erickson Lubin. You know what I'm saying? People ask him, J-Rock, all these people that have faced, knockouts. It's going to be different from them because you was on the pound for pound list and they wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to be tough for Spence. Right. Him and Crawford was on the pound for pound list. And Crawford beat that man down so bad that it looked like he wasn't even on the pound for pound rankings. He never should have even been there, bro. But shout out to Juice Lee for that 55th. You know what I'm saying? That $50 super chat, man. I know y'all work hard for your money and it's not taken for granted. I appreciate you. Salute to you. Thank you. One love to everyone who supports the channel and donate to the channel. Yes, sir. That uppercut was so fast off the ropes for the knockout. I had to watch the replay to see what happened. It was swift, man. Everything Bud Crawford was doing was on point. You know what I'm saying? Everything he was doing was on point, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything he was doing was on point. I got so many people hitting me up in the DM. God damn, bro. Goddamn, Blunts is all over the goddamn interweb. This guy goddamn Bloods be sending me some distorted money shots. Oh my God, dog. It just gets worse and worse and worse, man. It just gets worse and worse and worse. The pictures that's coming out, you know, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Coach Malachi said, what you aerosexuals have to say now? They can't say nothing, man. Man. Oh, man. Spence was on wobbly legs when he got up. And Crawford was over there talking shit to Jamel Charlo at the same time. That's some good shit right there. I ain't gonna lie. That was some good shit. I'm gonna have to screen record this for real. Ooh, Spencer's on the stanky leg. I do the stanky leg. I do the stanky leg. I do the stanky leg. Man, I'm still not showing no mercy, man. It's gonna be like that all week, bro. It's gonna be like that all week. I'm not apologizing for nothing. But shout out to my guy Trick Noki, the Oracle in the building. I believe Bud took his foot off the gas because he didn't want to hurt Spence. Yeah, man. That was somebody else that mentioned that to you. I have to agree. Bud got a good heart, man. He got a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Spence was in a bad place, man. But you know what? He gonna have to get this heat just like he deserves. Because he's up there checking people. He up here acting like, you know what I'm saying? They want to say this man had a 0.5 rating on his resume. Now you on his resume. And what kind of man will I be? What kind of man will I be? Hold on for a second. What kind of man will I be if I didn't share screen and show you this? Okay. I want y'all to look at this right quick. I want y'all to look at 40-0, 31 knockouts. And I want you to take a look at 729 Errol Spence Jr. I want you to look all the way across to this right here. A winner by TKO. A winner by TKO. Let's go down here. KO. We know Avanesian got flatline. Still a knockout. TKO. Sean Porter. TKO. Kell Brook. TKO. Igis Kavalaxis. TKO. Amir Khan. TKO. Jose Benavidez. TKO. Jeff Horn. KO. Julius Ndongo. RTD. Felix Diaz. TKO. John Molina. Oh my God. Another win. TKO. If that boxing fan that said the TKO don't mean shit, you know what I'm saying? For those individuals that call themselves content creators, aka content creators, that said TKO don't mean shit. They say TKO without even actually breaking down the condition of the fighter. Errol Spence was in a bad place. And look, Bud scored a TKO. Why? Because he had to be rescued because his trainer was too much of a coward to stop the fight. He earned another TKO. So y'all content creators that was out here talking about a TKO don't mean nothing. He ain't knocking nobody out. He ain't doing nothing. That's what they were saying, y'all. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't knocking nobody out. Dude, he's stopping them. Do you still want to publish content after hearing yourself on the replay talking about TKO means nothing? Errol Spence is breaking ribs and collecting eyes, and Bud Crawford is getting TKOs, and you don't want to acknowledge that this man is stopping his opposition? And y'all don't know shit about boxing. I got time. I'm on that time. I'm on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? Especially to those channels. You know who you are. I'm on that type of time. I want to hear y'all go ahead and be a man about it and apologize for being straight up haters. And that goes for dickhead for none too. And see, I don't even use that type of terminology. I don't. Only for him, because he's a dickhead. Some terminology I say, man, why do you got to put the D word in your mouth like that? But sometimes you got to break your own, you know what I'm saying, standards and say, you know what? Just like Derrick James being an asshole, Fernand's a dickhead. He is. He is absolutely. He should take that coffee mug and crack it on that head, man. You know what I'm saying? All the hate you put up there, bud, and can't do this, do this. What are you going to say now? You're going to say up there, oh, I know what he's going to say. He's going to switch up just like showbiz and say, well, that's what happened when you have 15 months of inactivity. When he stayed in the division too long, he should have been at 154. And really, it could have been his decision, but he decided to stay there because he had to complete. He had to at least give himself the opportunity to compete for welterweight undisputed. He had to. He couldn't run away. So really what he did was a warrior's mentality. He stayed in the division that he had outgrown. So he tested himself. He went through the struggles of a weight cut, right? And he just depleted himself too much. So therefore, hey, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? He came out, Terrence Crawford was the better man, but then he's going to come up with some shit like, well, they really should test Terrence Crawford's gloves. And, because the way he was hitting Spence, I never seen anybody knot up Spence and get them all nice and soft like Crawford did. So he might have had them David Avenesian specials on, because they were saying that Crawford had some altered gloves when he fought Avenesian. That's why he earned a KO the way he did. Well, what about yesterday though? Can you admire how punctual and accurate Crawford was when he was lining up the target? Like, he made it look easy, dog. Like, he was so punctual with shots that looked like they wasn't doing the type of damage. Like, that's dangerous, man. To be able to touch your opponent and it doesn't look like, a Tank Davis when he throws his left. But the results on the face, man, him continuing to just touch, boom, 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 continue to put those punches in areas and be accurate as he possibly is, surgical. That's dangerous, man. That's a dangerous fighter, bro. But I just wanted to be a part of your history. So those of you that was over on all these channels, yeah, look at that right there. Errol Spence over there sitting real nice on this guy right here. 40-0, 31 knockouts. Take a look there now. 35 years old. Let's not forget, Terrence Crawford was also shorter than Errol Spence. He did have a little bit more of a reach advantage, but no, let's go for the height disadvantage. He was 5'8" and Errol was 5'9.5", so to speak, man. You know what I'm saying? So to speak. And he has a total of 40 professional bouts, and all 40 has come by way of the green side. Yes, sir. What did I say? Only one person was going to benefit. Crawford was going to benefit from all 40 of his fights being on the green side, to include Spence's name. You know what I'm saying? And Spence, unfortunately for him, when it goes down in history for Crawford will be on the right side, the middle side, the red side of his resume as a loss. 28-1 is officially recorded. You know what I'm saying? And let me also be petty and break down something else as to why Spence didn't make weight. Look at this. Spence supposedly weighed in at 147, right? Look at this right here. Look at that. Look at that right there. Did Spence really make weight? I want to know. No. Look at all these welterweight fights, right? We know Jeff Horn was a big dude. But look at all this. I want you to take a look at the left, and I want you to take a look at the right. Look at the true professional Crawford. You had Jeff Horn, Kell Brook. They weighed 147 and Errol Spence. But look at Terrence Crawford. 146 3/4, 146 and a half, 146 1/4. Shout out to the team. They're not talking about dietitians and nutritionists. Look at this. Look at this. Igis Kavalaxis, Terrence Crawford comes in one fight out of his welterweight. 146 and 1/4, 145 and a half, 146 and a half. They're not talking about nutritionists and dietitians, man. Come on, man. They're not talking about all this shit. This guy right here, though, you tried. That looks real good for Undisputed. Woo, that looks good. God damn. For the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO. And to look at the caption below that, Spence down once in round 2, twice in round 7. God damn. Only to go down here and revisit the first time he was able to do it and don't go down in rounds 2 and 3. This man is a motherfucking killer. God damn, rumble, young man, rumble. This dude right here is a killer, man. They didn't want to give Julius Ndongo his respect, but the man was 22-0 when Crawford went up there and beat this man. Stopped him in 3. Come on, you best believe. It will only take several fights before we see him July 29th at the T-Mobile. Doing it again. Tim Cheatham had him 79-70. David Sullivan, 79-70. Steve Weisfeld, 79-70. Across the board prior to the stoppage, man. Come on. Come on, aerosexuals. I don't give a fuck if y'all goddamn aerosexual healing. No, I want y'all to sit up here and apologize. Do a formal apology to Bud for being straight up haters. I don't hear y'all talking. None of that shit. Where are you at? Eddie Cisnero said, like a great man once said, teach your mans how to squabble. He said, teach your man how to squabble. Hey, he knew how to squabble when it was Yadina's Ugas because he was breaking ribs and taking eyes. But goddamn it, Bud say, okay, I'm about to dot yours. I'm gonna cross the T's and dot your I. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cross the T's and dot your I. That's what I'm about to do. Strategy Channel said PBC, like other organizations, historically tried to protect their money. They knew when they put that fake top welterweight panel together, they was blackballing Bud. All things shall pass, and this too, we seen it play out. We seen it play out, y'all. Last night, we seen it play out. Trick said, I thought the bigger man was the stronger man and the harder puncher. Not in the fight. Bud is quicker than church gossip. Man down. More like man is down. What an absolute drubbing, y'all. What an absolute drubbing. Who used those words? Dang, faster than church gossip? Come on. Man, did y'all forget this is Sunday? Did you forget? Did you forget this is Sunday? Oh, it's good to sin on Sunday because we automatically get forgiven. Keep talking your shit. Keep talking your shit, dog. For real, it was a drubbing, man. Crawford made this shit look too easy. Made it look too easy. Jamal Neezy, shout out to you, Jamal Neezy, man, with the $2 super chat. He said avocado and green beans are better fighters. Damn, they are, man. They put up a more valiant effort. You know what I'm saying? They put up a more valiant effort. They wasn't all over the canvas. Dude was all over the canvas, man. Man, how sharp and crisp was that first left hand that, oh my God, that shit was very, very crisp, man. He seen the opening. Did you see how he landed that punch? He seen it. I mean, come on, man. His eyes was so zoomed in. And Crawford felt that punch. It was nothing he could do. He was like, God damn, this motherfucker does have some heat. He knew. Errol knew, man, when he faced that first knockdown, he knew it was over. And one of the bigger reasons he knew it was over, because his coach, he knew DJ, all those compliments he was giving him and all access was bullshit. He knew damn well, man. The PR team got with him, say, Errol, I know you mentioned earlier that y'all didn't talk for 2 years, and I know deep down in my heart of hearts that's still the way you feel, but you need to give your coach a little bit of compliment. You know what I'm saying? To build it up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little bit more compliments this time around. But shout out to Jamal Neezy with the $2 super chat. Much appreciated, brother. Let's have the debates. I want to hear what y'all gotta say, man. These all these channels. Let's have the debates. Let's get the debates. I want to hear the post fight. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear all that. KQKC. I don't have no problem with you. KQKC, you another one. You know what I'm saying? You're another one. Come on, man. You know, no problem putting y'all channels on front. It's just letting y'all know, reminding how y'all was feeling. Come on, man. Where y'all at? I want to hear y'all talk about the beatdown. I said it wasn't going to be close. It wasn't a 50-50 fight. It wasn't a 50-50 fight, dog. Absolutely not. It was so lopsided. It was one of the worst beatdowns in boxing history. A fight of this magnitude, one of the worst beatdowns, yo. One of the worst beatdowns. I don't even think Caleb Plant fight facing Canelo Alvarez for the final title was this bad. Even though Caleb jogged across the ring, I don't think it was that bad. I don't think his stoppage was worse than Spence. I don't think. No way, no how. I don't think so, man. Shout out to Cookie with Sir C and WCS stay on their neck because they still making hate speech on Bud. They can make it all they want. The facts is the facts. You hit him with the box wreck, the facts is the facts. He beat that ass. I'm about to end this. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'm a little over. I'm heading about 3, really. But appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'll probably be back on later. I have to gather content and criteria. I have to become more educational, develop more freaking screenshots, get more audio. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I want you to appreciate the instructions that was given from Team Crawford by the Coach of the Year for 2023, Brian Bomac McIntyre.
Fucking slow for you, all right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You can stay on the inside, catch and counter.
That's just nasty. That beatdown was just so nasty, man. One of the best performances that you will see in a championship fight. One of the best dominant performances you'll see. You know what I'm saying? One of the best. One of the best. And I know some haters in the crowd too. I seen some of the YTC supposedly content creators, and I seen some fans that you know what I'm saying, that was in the crowd, and they came there to be a part of history, and they thought for sure that Errol was gonna get the job done, but no, we already completed this. We should do it again. Thanks for the supporters. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the donors, the ones who donated to the channel. Real talk. We should do it again. Salute and big congratulations to Team Crawford. Congratulations to you all for being a part of history again. Also, So Cold Steve Nelson. Salute to you, big dog, for getting your victory. And shout out to the hottest chat in the game. You already know. I'm out.